Lucas Games are back. Oh, yeah.
Heppiii Bursdaeee Xbox.
CD Projekt Red just keep apologising.
And new Pokemon Snap is coming to your face sooner than your face first thought on tonight's Hack the Dino. Hello, welcome, and have a lovely time here at the good township Hack the Dino.
Off to a great start.
I'm Ben Rosenthal, and I'm joined by my compatriots to talk about video games and all the video games news and nonsense that we can throw a fridge at. Big old fridge. Anyway, I'm joined by the man, the legend, the limb collector, Mr. Dan McGuinness.
I need your limbs, please. Hello.
The millennial falcon, Mr. Braden Dixon.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, you got it in there. Sweet. And the very most happiest man on the planet today because his baby boy is 20 years old. Give it up for Xbox greatest fan and the gaming anthropologist, Floppy Starrick.
Woo! Hello, everybody. I'm happy. Blow a candle out.
If you too like to blow things, then you should head on over to youtube.com/hackthedino and watch our videos there. Or head on over to twitch.tv/hackthedino and watch us live. Or if you don't like our faces, that's fair enough. Our mothers don't either, apart from his mother. He really likes mine. You can go to any podcast account thingy where all the podcasts live, and you can put a fishing line in, and our little podcast will take a nibble on that fishing line, and you can reel it out and then take it home and cook it up with some nice chips. So yeah, you can listen to us on all podcast apps such as Spotify and on, what are the other ones? There's Spotify, there's iTunes, there's SoundCloud.
That's it.
That's all the podcast apps. If you're not listening to us on those podcast apps, you're doing it wrong. It's not us, it's imposters. Anyway, we've also got a little question.
Wait, imposters? Just someone sets up a whole episode every week and copies what we do.
In our voices.
Yeah, and
I'd
love to meet Imposter Dan.
Oh, I'd
Shadow
like,
Dan.
I'd like to meet, Nega
Nega.
Ben.
Oh.
Nega Ben. If I meet Nega Ben, I reckon he'd just be a really nice and
Sure.
charismatic person.
And there'd be a
He would
third
just
guy.
be clean shaven, have a big mop of red hair.
Yep.
And there'd be this charismatic dude on the end, just called Flaccid.
No, strong. Hard. Anyway, we've got
Rigid.
a questionnaire for you guys to fill out because the show needs to get better. That's right, we've got 8 questions over at bit.ly/Dino2021. We want to make some changes this year. There are a couple of changes coming this year. And we want to do something cool and exciting and find out what you think of our show so we can be better for you and your eyes and heads and shoulders and knees and toes. And I keep making that joke. That's one thing you can suggest. Me to stop making that awful joke. So head on over to bit.ly/Dino2021, all lowercase letters, and fill out 8 questions so we can find out how we are doing. I mentioned changes before, and I'd like to now handball the main microphone over to Mr. Dan McGuinness.
Yes, speaking of making the show better. Yeah, that was a terrible one, Brad. This is my official announcement that I'm officially stepping down from Hack the Dino. This is my penultimate episode. Is that right?
Yep. Second to last.
So I've just got some other things happening in my life, like babies and house buying and running businesses, and I haven't, I've loved this, and there's no hard feelings. We don't care.
Oh, it's extremely hard feelings. In fact, Dan's second to last show, because his last show, we're going to sacrifice him to
A lesser god.
Yeah, none of one of those good gods. Who did we decide on?
Hephaestus?
No, he's a bit too nice. I think you wanted Dionysus, didn't you?
What?
Yeah, Dionysus. So we'll be drinking a lovely brew from Dan's skull after next show.
So I just want to say, I've really, really, really loved doing Hack the Dino. I've been a great, how many years? 3 years?
4 years.
4 years.
4
As I
years.
said, started off with just a little podcast at the comic shop with just me and Ben with a SingStar mic and a coffee mug.
Yep.
And just it's just grown into what it is today. It's great. It's cool. But yeah, I'm just gonna the chat's like, holy crap, we did cancel Dan. Actually, the real reason I'm leaving is because of the cancel day hashtag. I can't handle it anymore. You guys are too mean. I just you know how many times I just go and cry after the episode?
We have to console him all the time.
I have to have
Horrible people.
I get naked, have a shower, cry in it.
It's a tough thing to watch, too. I'm in therapy now.
Anyhow, like I said, it's been great, but I'm going to move on and do some stuff. The Square Enix. It was the Square Enix guys banning me from playing Final Fantasy. It was the last straw.
So
They actually headhunted me, and now I work for them.
that's right. Dan's off to do the Hack the Rhino stream.
Crack the rhino.
Crack the. Oh yeah, that's my. And I just like to announce my new podcast, Crack the Rhino.
Crack the Rhino
That's
with
right.
Stan, Flippy, Hayden, and Bond.
You know, if we
Bond?
put more thought
I
into
love
this,
Bond.
Triple Indie. That
That
was
Bond
freaking
Scott?
great. I love it.
if we put more thought into this, we could have had a montage of beautiful Dan moments right now.
But
Slow motion.
we're
all fogged
gonna
over.
we're gonna get something better than a montage. We're gonna get me controlling the next episode. Is that right?
Yeah, you're in charge.
I'm gonna try. It's not gonna be good. I'm gonna host the next episode, and every section in it is gonna be very Dan centric. There are gonna be things like Dan's. I'm just making it up on the spot now, but it's things like, maybe like Dan's favorite Sega console and his favorite game from each one of those generations.
I'm falling into a comatose already.
Yeah. There's gonna
Famous
be
limbs
Dan's.
to collect.
There's gonna be my most favorite goriest games. Just me talking about my favorite gory games. It's gonna be about limb collecting. Anyhow, so tune in for my last episode, and I'm gonna push that. And
So we should probably put the next episode up on Pornhub because you're going to have 2 hours of a guy wanking.
yeah, why not?
Check out Terrorvision Horror Podcast.
That's what that is.
I was
yeah.
about to say, what, is he paying you? Oh, yeah, actually he is.
The other surprise is that my wife is going to bring my dinner in at some stage.
Oh, good. So a bit of ASMR for the
No,
lovely podcast
I
people.
promise I'm only going to eat the nuggets and just eat them off
If you
mic.
get her to wear a green suit though, and pass, it'd be like the food floats in.
Claire, can you please wear a green suit? Just for
Claire.
Bodysuit.
I don't think
Put
it's
on the
too
special
much
suit.
to ask.
There is
really.
a green screen in the other room now, so you want to wrap yourself up in
bedroom.
it. Yeah, that's where I keep it. I like green myself. I green screen every part of my body out apart from my junk, and then rewatch it with the floating dick.
This is what the whole next episode is going to be, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
I hope so.
People are shouting out as some of their favorite Dan moments the Friday the 13th streams.
Oh, that was
Oh,
a
is that with
great
all of
one.
us on there?
That was a
And,
great
like,
one.
knowing that Brayden was scared of
That-
scary
no.
games, I just started taunting him. And
My favourite part was Dan's screams. Well, that time that Braden jumped through the window and almost destroyed
yeah,
himself.
that was
my
that was
God.
really funny. And the one when that everyone was running around the car, remember? And
Oh my
eventually
God.
And then we left Angles.
Finally, everyone got in the car, left Angles, and it drove it straight into a stump.
Oh, we need to do more of these.
oh, yeah, we were, and that's one of the things we're going to change. The remaining 3 of us are going to try and stream a lot more. We
I
won't-
might join a group stream.
Yeah, you totally
Oh,
should.
totally do
And
group
it's
streams.
not to say Dan will be gone forever. We're obviously going to be moving the studio to another more central location. We are going to have just me, Braden, and Floppy for at least 6 months.
I thought you said sensual location, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah, well, it's central.
It's gonna be one of those heart-shaped beds and velvet everywhere.
That's right.
It's just you and Floppy on the bed, like, hey, welcome to Hack the Dino.
You know.
Ever wondered what I look like in a loincloth?
I have.
But yes, we will be streaming a lot more. We've got some changes coming to the YouTube page. There's going to be the YouTube, Twitch, and podcast. Going to be 3 different ways to devour the show. So you can choose your favorite way. Streams are going to be as per normal. YouTube will be 5 to 10 minute segments chopped up and put out throughout the week. And the podcast will remain as normal anyway. But yeah, head on over to bit.ly/Dino2021 and let us know what we can do to improve and get better. And of course, there'll be tiers next show. But yeah, as Dan said, he and I started this podcast 4 years ago, 3.5, 4 years ago. And it was a hell of a lot of fun. And we've grown a lot since then. And we appreciate all of you guys hanging around. And Dan is welcome back anytime. And once life's
He's
settled
literally
down,
on
you
his
never know.
phone.
We might be able to coax him back into a bit more regular position. But you've got me, Floppy, and Braden from now
I
on.
think you should get another host to replace me.
We'll leave it
Dan.
for 6 months.
Well,
Really?
Miles is getting older.
That's true. That's
Miles
true.
is good. We'll get Miles in.
Yeah, why not? But yeah, at least 6 months. It's going to be
Just
us 3.
hard double.
Yeah, well,
the
Braden
the
will
double
be,
squad.
Braden will jump up more. Oh, that reminds me.
The Terror Brothers.
For Dan versus the World, at the end of the show, we have to start a bit
The
of a
slam bang.
handover. So stay tuned for Dan versus World at the end. There's going to be a bit of an amalgamation, a bit of a change, a bit of a mix-up
To give you the trophy back, maybe.
to keep it. Oh no! There's a handover.
Ooh.
Ooh, don't you worry about that.
Bum, bum.
All right, should we get into some other discussions?
Let's
Let's
talk
get
about
it.
some stuff.
So, I don't know any of you guys are excited. I know Dan's a big fan of Pokemon. Waking up this morning and we have a release date for new Pokemon Snap, as well as a brand new trailer. You can see it on the screen here now. This is an amazing cutscene. And speaking as a Pokemon fan and someone who on this very show has constantly pleaded for a Pokemon Snap sequel or revival, I am so extremely happy with this. This looks like the 64 version, but with better graphics and a bit more of a storyline to it.
You would hope that.
You would.
Is it a sequel or is it a remake?
No, it's called New
New. No, it's a new one because
New
Dan. Yeah.
Pokemon.
Because the original Pokemon Snap only had 63 Pokemon out of the original Kanto region because there weren't any
Which is
other
how many?
sequels. 151.
Okay.
So, all right. The original Pokemon Snap was supposed to have 64 Pokemon because it was on the Nintendo 64.
Okay.
However, they couldn't get Ekans, the snake, to work in the coding, so they just cut him. So it was 63 Pokemon. There's
One job.
no word on how many are going to be in this new game, but the mechanics appear to be very similar. You are on rails in your little bubble thing, and you go around taking photos of Pokemon. They fight this time. Well, I guess they fought in the last one.
And they're probably going to do a thing. I never played the original, but I assume they didn't do this. Is there's going to be, you can probably go through the same regions at different times of day and stuff like that. So Pokemon will come out at night some day.
Yeah, possibly.
There might be snow, rain, and that will affect like what Pokemon you'll be able to see in the areas. I assume.
Yep.
So as someone
Because that
who's
seems like a no-brainer.
As
Yep.
someone who's never played Pokemon Snap, so your idea is to take photos and you get scored, like points on your
Yeah,
photo?
so the original Pokemon Snap game, Professor Oak just said, "Oh, I need photos to complete this photo dex."
Photo albums.
Slave labour.
I've fully been into scrapbooking, and I really need you to help me
I
finish
just need
my
a Pikachu on a surfboard.
Yeah. Can you organise that, thanks?
Here, young child, take this
Look at that.
machine.
They stole Jurassic World's idea of the little bubble
Oh,
things.
no, they had that in the original Pokemon Snap.
Do you want to
Alright.
bring up footage of the original or?
If you like, if you want to find it. But we have, you basically just go through the regions solving puzzles. There was a puzzle element to it. And you just took photos. And the better photos you took, like a Pokemon fighting or a Pokemon using a special attack or a Pokemon, just doing something different like Pikachu on a surfboard, you got more points. And then at the very end, you had to get Mew, the legendary Pokemon.
Mew
He's the
2.
151, isn't he?
Yeah.
Was it number 2 or
So-
just 1?
So is this
just
the
Mew.
original?
This is the original on
Yeah, I
the
wanna play
Nintendo
it.
64. It's a great game. Great game.
bubble thing was crap.
Who were you playing though? Then
His name was Snap, and he was in the cartoon for 2 episodes.
And they're
Really?
like,
Yep.
Did he die?
No, he went off to capture Pokemon
oh my
photos.
god, they ripped me off my nuggets. They only gave me 7 instead of 9. So much to do with
Claire
this.
82.
I bet she did as well.
So extremely excited about this. I've already pre-ordered it. Pre-orders are open now for anyone in Australia, and I'm assuming the rest of the world if you're up to the time zone.
I pre-ordered it.
And it'll be in our hot little hands on April 30th. This is one of the games I think I'll stream.
Do it.
I'm definitely
gonna
going to
stream it?
stream it. Yep.
Is it a purely single player or can you do multiplayer
no, it's a
somehow?
single
Definitely a non-pressure game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, for example, when you come back to this level a little later on, in those,
What's that talking one?
it's Meowth. In the, you can't see it now, but to the left, if you throw balls in there, like see those leaves coming out. If you
Yep.
throw these incense balls in, a Scyther will come out and jump on the.
I like how you say the names like I know what it is.
Yeah.
And then you got Eevee chasing a Chansey there. You get the Poke Flute and you play that, and they stop and start dancing, so
Huh.
that you can take photos.
Oh,
So
what is
how do
that?
you get? How do you
What was that?
What
Jabba
was
the
that?
Hutt looking thing.
That's a Kangaskhan.
How do you acquire the items at the end of it? You kind of get scored on it. You can buy
Yeah.
items in between levels.
You're given items at the end of the level if you've got a certain amount of points.
So
So
the more
maybe-
points you get, the better items you
Yeah,
can
so
get,
for
and the better
example,
photos you can get, more
You saw
points.
Kangaskhan there with his back to us.
Yeah.
So that didn't score you as many points as you would as if he was turned around. And if you look here, Pidgeys attack Meowth because he's going for their nest. And if you take a photo of the Pidgeys attacking Meowth with the nest, then you get more points because they're using something that's a little bit more dynamic. It also takes into account whether you have the Pokemon in the center of the frame, whether the full Pokemon is in the frame, the positioning, not so much the lighting, but it's an actual...
And
like,
and this day and
Okay.
age with the photo modes in things, you probably
Social
they're
media's
gonna
gonna be
go
awesome.
they're gonna be crazy. I reckon within the game it'll have its own Pokemon social media app that imagine it actually
It'll be a-
uploads it to an actual.
well, this is
Instapoke.
Nintendo, remember? They're not going to do anything that's logical or seems to make sense.
It'll be Instapoke.
You'll have to download it to
Ooh.
an app on your phone and then...
It's a new dating app.
Pokegram.
Pokegran.
There are... This also being the 25th year anniversary of Pokemon, there are rumours that lots more is coming out. We've just had today pretty solid leaks. I tripped over my tongue there.
That is solid leak today.
of the Diamond and Pearl remakes are definitely going to be announced very, very soon.
Hell yeah.
And also Pokemon.
Is that the Prince version?
It is.
I love Prince.
And Pokemon are also making or collaborating with song hit maker Katy Perry on Pokemon songs. So don't say you love me. You don't really know me.
I don't know what that means, but do you think that they're going to do the Diamond and Pearl like the Let's Go series?
No, that'll be like the Sword and Shield, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Just in the chat, Townsy, our mod, is saying that a Digimon pick should be cooler, and I think Ben's gonna unmod him after the stream.
No.
Digimon
I'm just
were
gonna.
cool.
I'm making a note of all the times Townsy is rude to me, and when I see him, I get to punch him in the face a couple of times. It's
Oh.
gonna be great. Great
Couple-
time.
How many-
is there a
how many
punch
times
for
he's
each time?
Is that what you get for that Patreon tier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you too support us at a $25 a month level,
You get punched.
you get a punch in the face from me.
Okay, every time you do an insult, Ben knocks out one tooth.
That's right.
That's why
He's got a-
Townsie's
he's
looking
got a
so
teeth-
gummy.
He's got a necklace at home with all the teeth on it.
No, it goes on my black belt.
Floppy
'Cause
needs
I
some
do
Oh yeah,
karate.
because you got the necklace of the ears.
That's right. That's right. They're the ones I bite off.
Right.
Speaking of biting off more than you can chew, sure.
Go on.
Lucasfilm Games is back.
Yes.
That's right. On Monday, we had an announcement that Lucasfilm Games have been brought back under the fold of Disney for all their Star Wars games, but not only Star Wars games, because then the very next day we had an Indiana Jones trailer, which we're going to talk about a little bit later in the show, showing that Lucasfilm Games logo. So they're going to come back and bring all Star Wars games in. The rumors were that EA had lost their exclusivity license, which goes out on the
2023.
2023, yeah.
Well, they should
they're
lose
10 years. They haven't done too well a job, have they?
We haven't done anything really.
No, and this was confirmed when
There's
Ubisoft,
no games, is there? Yeah.
Ubisoft came out the very next day and said, hey, we're making an open world RPG Star Wars game.
Thank
Yeah,
Josh.
the entirety of this is basically saying like, hey, you know how PlayStation are doing the PlayStation Studios thing for their first parties and stuff. It's basically putting all of their developers under one umbrella thing, so that they can make a nice, pretty Marvel opening cinematic when you start the game up.
Yeah.
And then in a similar boat, with the EA stuff, I was reading a thing that while obviously EA are losing their exclusivity of it, they are a couple things in the works with EA.
Oh, no, they've come out today and said that, no, they're going to continue making Star Wars
Okay,
games.
yeah, cool.
So basically what I think has happened is Disney's just got their license back and is just farming it out to as many people as they can.
Like,
Well,
dude,
they
a
should.
Ubisoft game?
Like
oh my
Bethesda.
god.
Freaking Bethesda.
Yeah,
We'll get-
that's insane.
Should we get
We'll
to that
get to
now?
that. We'll get to that.
All right. So, yeah, did EA miss the boat with their exclusivity? They had 10
Absolutely.
years. Floppy?
Yeah, absolutely. How many did they put out in the last 10 years?
4,
2
3?
Battlefronts.
Yep.
I'll look it up.
And one of them was marred in controversy, don't forget.
Yeah,
Pay to
I
win.
mean, look, it is what it is. Some people loved them.
Did
some
they
people
do
didn't.
that Vader VR game?
No.
I don't think they did.
Who did that? It came out with its
But we
own
had Jedi
controls
Fallen
and
Order.
everything. I never understood that, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had Jedi Fallen Order. That was for Oculus Quest,
I was PC.
I think. We had Jedi Fallen Order. We had. When did the Lego Star Wars games come out, Braden?
The originals. The original was back when the prequel trilogy actually happened.
That was
because I played
PS2,
that as a
wasn't it?
child. It was on the PS2.
Yeah, so that
Um,
was way before.
It was when Revenge of the Sith came out.
Was. What about The Force Unleashed?
Force Unleashed would have been late 2000s.
Was that EA?
So they wouldn't have even had that. Was even before EA got it. They really did not much at all.
No, so they've had it from, what, 2020,
They-
2013.
They wanted 10 years.
Yeah,
and
they
they've
bl-
done what, 3 games?
They blew it, didn't they?
They-
and then
they
Disney
cancelled
comes
as
in and
many
goes like,
games.
"I give it Star Wars. Look what we can do with this." And then they were just like, "Oh,
But
oh,
they cancelled
oh,
They
Okay.
cancelled
Cancelled-
more than they've released.
They
you ready?
cancelled Amy Henning's game, which was supposed to be an Uncharted Star Wars game in Coruscant.
Oh,
Project Ragtag.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, you ready? This
yep.
is the Wikipedia article. So this is the EA bit.
What?
If I zoom in a bit.
Wait, there was
here.
that one that had a number. It was like 303 or something. Like
1313.
13,
Yeah.
13.
Is that
uh,
what that new one became?
So this
Yeah.
bit here, EA here. So they did their reboot of Battlefront. They
Yep.
did Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
They then had Fallen Order and Squadrons.
Yeah. Oh,
Four
Squadron.
games.
4
that
games.
was all
And-
they did.
And
in
Fallen Order
terms
and
of their
Squadrons were
big
like in
stuff.
the last 2 years.
Yeah.
They cancelled Ragtag. They cancelled 1313. That might have been before. But then there was also all of their mobile games.
Ah, there it is.
Galaxy of Heroes.
There it is. Yep.
Yeah.
where microtransactions go to thrive and look down upon us petty mortals.
But yeah, look, they rubbished it. They had a license to print money, and they pretty much did nothing
And a
with it.
license to kill as well, basically.
I also think EA, as a company, seems to try and jump on bandwagons way too much. Rather than developing a good game, they seem to have a habit of going, oh, what's popular at the moment? Oh, Overwatch, we'll throw some of Overwatch in.
Yeah.
I think
That
committee
new
run.
Star Wars series is coming out. We should get Star Wars.
High Republic.
No, like when I hit the wrong button. I'm sorry, Floppy.
That was great.
All right with it? It's
No,
pretty
like
handsome.
when the sequel trilogy were coming out was when EA got their whole thing.
Yeah.
So.
I just, they haven't used it efficiently.
No.
And, you don't want to disappoint Disney.
That High Republic's gone
Look,
bonkers.
I really like.
Is it?
Yeah, the comic.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are just like going crazy
Yeah.
for it. And it's so weird because they've brought out so many Star Wars comics, and this one, everyone's like, this is it, the High Republic.
Because it's the new canon for what was the Old Republic.
Yeah.
Like,
So I
'cause-
really
because
liked,
they scrapped all the
Are
Old
they going to make
Republic
Knights of the New Republic?
Well, the New Republic's gone. Got blown up.
What I was saying is, I really liked Fallen Order. I really liked the campaign of Battlefront 2, but I am so excited to see what everyone else does with this.
stuff. Mm.
I mean, even just the new Lego one. I'm hanging for that. I love Lego
know,
games. I love the Lego Star Wars games.
I can't believe they delayed it so much. I'm so excited for it.
Oh,
You know what else is exciting? Bum, ba, bum, bum. Bum, ba, bum. Bum, ba, bum, bum.
This is
Again,
such a tease.
something coming out of nowhere. You see, but Indiana Jones, we're looking at the
Bethesda?
CGI.
He went and visited Bethesda.
Yeah, I know. And Machine Games. Wow, he got that typewriter from him. Probably stole it when he went visiting. But yeah, we're watching the CGI trailer of the Indiana Jones announcement. This, again, came out of nowhere the other morning. Bethesda tweeted, a new Indiana Jones game with an original story is in development from our studio, Machine Games, and will be executive produced by Todd Howard in collaboration with Lucasfilm Games. It'll be some time before we have more to reveal, but we're very excited to share today's news. So, first question. Is this going to be an Xbox and PC exclusive?
no,
Why not?
because they'd be stupid. They'd make so much more money.
I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Dan, what do you think?
I'm not sure. Like, I can't call it because I don't know what the deal with like LucasArts and Bethesda is up there. I know Bethesda's all gone for Xbox, but LucasArts, man, like,
See, that's what makes me think, similar way of thinking, that's what makes me think that this deal was done and the game started development before the Bethesda deal went through. So Bethesda are honouring like Deathloop and is it Ghostwire Tokyo?
That checks out.
Are still coming out on PlayStation
Yeah.
5 day and date. But again, we're going to boot up our PlayStation 5s and see an Xbox Game Studios logo come up, and that's going to be surreal.
why does LucasArts need Bethesda? Aren't they their own game company?
No, well, they do.
They're
Back
a
in the
production
day,
company?
yeah, they're a publishing company. They publish games. They don't necessarily develop them.
Okay.
Yeah, they pay someone to do it for them, and then
So-
they manage it essentially.
Yeah, they have the license. Someone makes the game, gives it back to them, and they distribute it through their many, many channels.
But yeah, I don't think. I mean, we've even heard Phil Spencer say that like games from Xbox will come to Xbox like Games Pass, but they're going to put them everywhere.
Of course, they will.
How are they gonna play this out? Is it gonna be young indie, River Phoenix
Well,
vibe? Like,
what kind of game do you want?
yeah,
Do you want an
exactly.
Uncharted game? Do
I
you
don't
want a
want it.
Souls-like
No,
game?
because
What kind of game do you want, Dan?
well, we've done Uncharted, we've done Tomb Raider. If they just do another like third person behind the back thing, it's gonna feel old. Like Tomb Raider, pretty much.
It's
Like,
going to be a point-and-click adventure.
What do you want, Braden?
Indiana Jones: The Fate of Atlantis? Did you guys play that?
That was
Yep.
terrible.
It was wicked. Can we go through and just say our favorite Indiana Jones games?
Yes.
Mine was just the arcade game. Do you guys remember that? The Temple of Doom arcade game. Can you look that up, Braden?
Yeah, I'm finding it.
Where you had to go in and free the kid slaves, and then when you got enough kids, you could go out, and then you went into the rail cart, and you had to do all the rail cart thing, and then that's it. So you choose out the hardness. I used to play this at Magic Mountain all the time. I was obsessed with it. So look, and
Did you ever
it was-
clock it?
what?
Did you ever clock it?
Nah, because it was like back in the days when you were trying to you couldn't clock games. It was too hard unless you had a lock-in kind of thing. But it had really, really good sound, like all the indie like sound. But it had like the guy that pulls the guy's heart out.
Mhm.
Yep.
It had him in it, and he would just randomly come up and like fire fireballs at you. And there's all this like in a
Kalima.
yeah, in the language that he was saying. I don't even know if that was a real language or it was just made up for the film. But I was obsessed with this game. I loved it so much. And can you fast forward, Braden, just to the cart bits?
Yes.
That yeah,
Look at
like
that
these were so good. Like the cart, and if you don't want to talk about in Temple of Doom, you know, the people in the podcast when he's going down in the what are these called, rail carts?
Mine carts.
Mine
Mine carts. Yeah, I loved all this.
Where's Willie Scott?
He's not there.
She.
I mean, I was thinking about Short Round. Anyway, that's mine. Anyone else got a favorite one?
Mine was Indiana Jones and the Tomb of the Emperor, or the Emperor's Tomb, whatever it was called. Funnily enough, timed exclusive on Xbox.
I know,
Mm.
because I'm the biggest fan.
Yeah, it's a great game. We got any footage of that, Braden? I don't think I brought that
Game
up.
Boy Dad thinks
I'm on it right now.
Game Boy Dad thinks it's just going to be a minecart racing game.
Indiana Jones pod racer.
But yeah, I was a big fan of Indiana Jones growing up. I wanted to be an archaeologist until I found out what being an archaeologist actually was.
Boring.
Like, boring as hell. You don't get to punch Nazis. What? You don't get a ball. I used to practice with my skipping rope to try and...
Yeah, I feel they took a lot of liberties with that whip.
Yeah.
Can you really swing on a whip?
Yes, because Mythbusters did it.
Yep.
Oh.
They took a lot of liberties with in Last Crusade, when Indy is on the tank trying to get Marcus Bruce, trying to and the tank, he's on a gun turret on the side of the tank.
Yeah,
and he's coming in and closing in against the wall. The Nazis are trying to squash him.
His satchel was
And
attached
his
to it.
satchel you look in the previous scene directly before that, his satchel wasn't anywhere near that. It
No,
just
I know.
magically gets looped
Well,
over.
that's
I'm
movie.
okay with
That's
that.
movie magic.
I
I'm
know,
okay with
but
But it's got nothing to do with a whip.
that was, I think, one of the first times I saw the
Mistakes.
in a movie and went, oh, hang on. It takes me out
Can
of
I
it.
lead that into my favourite game?
Please do.
My favourite game was the side-scrolling Last Crusade, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade game.
Oh,
On
yeah.
what?
I had it on PC.
Yep.
I don't know what else it came out on, but I played it on PC. So it was like, you side-scrolling adventure game. It was fantastic.
What was your favourite movie out of the three?
Oh, that's a hard one. It's definitely not the fourth one.
No, I said out of the three.
Yeah, I know.
If you can you find the...
Mine go from favorites depending on what age I am.
Mhm.
Like I loved for my whole life Temple of Doom.
Yep.
Like to me, it had a snake eating scene. It had like
Monkey Brain.
yeah,
This
it
is
had
a
all
point
that
and click
gross stuff which I was obsessed with.
Telltale.
And
It's not the one I played.
that's not the right one. Yeah, that's
Isn't
Fate
it?
of Atlantis, isn't it?
No,
think so.
that's Last
Oh.
Crusade PC VGA.
Oh,
It would have been earlier. There was one that was like a side-scrolling, just action platformer.
Ah.
Think
And
Mario.
then I like as I got a bit older, I liked Raiders of the Lost Ark. And then as I got older, right nowadays, I really like the Last Crusade.
Well, they're three
But-
very different films.
Yeah,
Very.
the Sean Connery, like being his dad, like to me, I'm like, yeah, that's wicked. But like,
Oh,
She talks, she
as
sleep.
like as a kid,
This,
see,
oh, this
That's
one?
the one.
but
Oh.
as a kid seeing I remember I had this game as well.
And then it goes
As a
into the
kid
train.
seeing like an old man, like a dad figure, I didn't care about that, but now I care about that stuff. Like, so
Yeah.
yeah, throughout my life, they've all been my favorite.
So that was my favorite one. The train level I found so hard. I don't know why.
My favorite film was Last Crusade for a long, long time. It just had more action. But I think when I was a teenager, it suddenly became Raiders because I started studying film and story a lot more. And Raiders is just the superior film of all three if you're looking at it from a
Story
cinematography.
and yeah.
You haven't seen the Indiana Jones films, have you, Brad?
I beg your pardon. I certainly have.
Okay.
Ooh.
No, that's right. Sorry, that's my girlfriend has
I
it.
very much enjoyed them. They are very good fun.
Mm.
I'm bringing up my favorite. My favorite.
Oh, yeah,
Indiana
Braden,
Jones game
yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
Brandon, what's your favorite? I love that we've all got a different favorite.
Lego.
Oh,
Star
of
Wars,
course.
yeah,
Lego Indiana
right.
Jones is great.
God damn, yeah, it was a great Lego game.
Who
These
doesn't
are-
like a game where you can't die?
Oh, I love them because I'm
They're
terrible
for
at
kids,
games.
aren't they? Like, so you see.
They're not. Shut up. They're not for kids. They're for everyone. But kids can play them too.
They are family friendly.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean a family has to play it. I played it. I may or may not have been a kid, but it was fine.
You
I
guys ever read the novels of the extended universe?
No, I didn't.
I did. I got a couple of them at home. I found them the other day when
they
I was
good?
unpacking.
Is that just a general
memory.
Lucasfilm thing? They just extended their universe.
I think it's
into
just a
novels?
general wanting money thing.
I think
Yeah.
it's just good business
Yeah. Anyway,
good
we've been cutting
business.
you off for a time, Floppy. What was your favourite film?
that we. My favorite film. Oh, my favorite film was Raiders of the Lost Ark. Always has.
Good.
Always will be.
Correct.
It wasn't the first one that I saw. The first one I saw was Last Crusade.
Yep.
I think that was just a timed thing. It was on TV. It was out. I was old enough. I watched it. But then when I went back and watched Raiders, so my relationship with film and my dad. My dad doesn't watch films. He thinks they suck. He doesn't watch anything. He watches cricket.
Who doesn't like film?
He's a pure gamer.
My dad, he doesn't like films. He doesn't read books. He doesn't like stories.
Does he exist? Are you sure you've got it?
He
Dad?
likes motor racing and cricket,
Does he think that everything you like is it's bloody bullshit?
pretty much.
No,
He
bullshit.
used to like football, but then they changed some rules and he doesn't like that anymore.
Not allowed to tackle him.
But he's
Bloody
really good.
bullshit.
He's really good at knowing what I would like. So he showed me my first James Bond film. He showed me my first Indiana Jones film, and he knows about all these things. He's never watched them. He's never seen a Star Wars film, but he go, you should watch this rubbish. You'd like it.
Someone in the comments has brought up a little thing. Dylan the Villain. He said like, never played an Indiana Jones film game. It's a bit before my time. That's saying something about how long
Yeah,
it's been
we're old.
since a new.
Oh,
no,
wow.
no, but since an actual like, because Dylan's not like young.
No.
Like it's saying like that. Yeah, this is totally an untapped market for adult.
But I mean, we've had
the only one I've played is the Lego game.
Yeah.
And the only film that released in the time that I've been alive was the 2008 one.
Crystal
What?
Skulls.
What?
Shia
No,
LaBeouf.
Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
You know Shia.
That is not a bad film. It is just
It's-
nowhere near as good as the other.
No,
Really?
it's
And
rubbish.
can I just comment? Can I just in the comments, Game Boy Data said, "Does my dad drive trucks and chain smoke all day?" No, but he is a model railroader, and his shed is full of model trains.
Bullshit.
That's pretty. Does he go to the railway thing that was down here? There's like the show. I go to that every year. I love.
Nah, he
I love.
complains about them.
I like trains.
Do
Oh,
you know,
really?
you know what else is good to complain about?
The glare off your head.
Video games?
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, Mario 3D and Bowser's Fury, and them releasing a 2-minute trailer of what you can expect when it comes out
This is
soon.
cool.
Yeah, so they released a trailer of Bowser's Fury, and no one actually knew what it was. Turns out you can play as Super Saiyan Cat Mario and defeat Gigantamax Bowser.
I don't know what any of that means.
Yeah, it's from what it looks like. It's a DLC
Ben just had a stroke.
for Wii U. Is it?
Yeah,
And it looks great.
yeah.
This looks like, and
It's a small open world, open hub thing.
but it looks like he's never Mario in it. He's always some. Oh no, he's Mario there. But he's riding something.
He's like Johnny Depp in every film. He's Johnny Depp as something else.
Cat Mario. I thought when it first came out, it was a whole game where you were Cat Mario because it's cat themed.
Yeah, well,
Have
it's
you
just the
noticed?
power up. That they have a different power up for each.
No, but every
gimmick.
Mario has like a different kind of like, you know, you
Gimmick.
collect stars or you collect like water bombs or whatever. I don't know what that. But this one seems to be like you're collecting cat paraphernalia, which I think is going to go down a treat. And it looks like you've got the mini Bowsers are on your side here.
Bowser Jr.
Yeah.
What I really like, Braden, if we skip forward a little bit, mentioned at the top, we get to see actual Bowser's Fury, where he becomes a giant furry and takes on Mario. See, there's Mario sitting there
that's
with some cats,
weird.
and they're licking him,
Yeah, there's a cat.
as they do.
So yeah, so we got this
odd.
gigantic Bowser now, and he's like Godzilla size. He's evil, and he changes the whole terrain. It looks like the whole game, so it
Yep.
all goes dark and
This looks
stormy and
great.
rain. Yeah, I know. And then just to just to top it all off,
You get a massive cat power up, which is coming up very, very soon. We're just waiting for it to. Here we go.
I think it's all about this moment where you get the giant power up,
Yep.
the giant cat bell, and Mario basically transforms into
Super Cat Saiyan.
or Giga. What did I say?
Sorry, what?
There he
Giga
is.
Mario.
Oh my
Have you
god.
not seen this, Braden?
Oh, well, he doesn't. He actually,
He's Super
literally got
Saiyan.
Super
he actually
Saiyan
has
hair.
Super Saiyan hair.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, that's so funny.
It's
didn't
funny. I saw a meme today of the Triforce.
Yeah.
The 3 Triforce, and at the top was Super Saiyan Goku. Then to the left was Super Cat Mario, and then to the right was Super Sonic or Chaos Emerald Sonic.
Oh, yeah.
God.
It's like, wow.
Look at him.
Super Sonic may be the most OP character ever. You can't die. Nothing can hurt you. You double the speed. Like it was just useless.
I
Made the game bad.
So I've pre-ordered this because I'm going to buy it. I'm going to play it. That made me super stoked for it.
Power gone.
So since I played Mario Odyssey, I've struggled to find a Mario game that I liked as much.
Mhm.
Fair.
Even old school ones. Not that I have a problem with playing old school games. I love them, but I really enjoyed Odyssey. That looks like I'm going to. I think that's what I'm looking
It's a
for.
good game.
think
Mario
that's what I'm
3D
looking
World
for.
is actually a really cool
It's
game.
basically Odyssey.
Yeah,
Like
Wicked.
yeah.
That's
no,
what I want.
You'll really enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm going to
I'm
play the
excited for it as well.
crapola out of it.
I wonder if there's going to be more of these giant boss battles. Because that's that. What's that? I don't know if we mentioned it before. It looks like the thing from Pokemon where you fight the giant
Yeah,
Pokemon.
the Dynamax.
It even had like the slow mo land, like boom. I thought they called. Yeah, you said that.
Yep.
Yeah, great.
Do you know what's not so great?
Yes.
When your servers fail and your entire eShop crashes because you released a demo and everyone wants to play it.
God damn.
That's what happened to Nintendo and their eShop on the Switch earlier this week when Monster Hunter Rise released a little demo for you to play. Floppy.
I have never played a Monster Hunter game.
Right.
I think I'm going to every time one comes out, and I never do it because it scares the crap out of me. They look so big.
I've tried to play a Monster Hunter game 3 or 4 times and it's just too big.
I bet your Townsy plays them.
Oh, okay. Custom
Nah,
versions.
there's lots of I like in this one.
That's
There's
not a bad thing.
lots of cat characters, and it looks like at one stage in this new Monster Hunter, you've got a full band of just cat animals.
Yeah, they're like your companions.
Yeah, but like there was no humans like in some parts. I think you play just as the animals at some part, and I'm like, oh, interesting. Here,
Interesting things about this demo is that the gameplay doesn't carry over, but you're given items which will carry over to the game instead. So, for example, Calamity Ganon Hyrule Warriors game that just came out, I forget the name, Age of Calamity. If you got that demo, that carried over to the full game when you purchased it. They haven't decided to do that here, which, fair enough. I'm just happy that they got a demo.
Don't you
to be
get
honest.
stuff from it though?
You do. You get 20 mega potions, 5 pitfall traps, 10 energy drinks, like
That's
Monster.
okay.
5 demon drugs and mega armor skin. Yeah.
So
I don't know what any of those things are.
Where I was going was I've never played one, and I always think I'm going to. So I was actually going to download this, and then everything went kaput, and I was just like, nah, I'm good. I'll wait till the next one.
Have you tried
just
again?
for the whole next game.
I haven't tried again.
This
but
looks cool.
I
How you
will.
can
It
now
does look
ride
cool.
the you can ride the monsters and control them.
Does it teach you how to train your drag?
Yeah, maybe. What's its name? Toothless.
Yep.
I tried to say that. I tried to talk about one of those games to someone at my place of business the other day, but I got it mixed up with How I Met Your Mother. And then,
That's a crossover I'd like to see.
and
How
I
to
said,
Train
like,
Your Mother.
and I'm like, oh, have you played the How to Train Your Mother games? And they looked at me. I'm like, no, the How I Met Your Dragon.
Have
And
you
I
met
could
Toothless?
not get it. It must have been like 4 or 5 times I said How to Train Your Mother.
How to Train Your Mother.
Speaking of training your mother,
Where's this crossover going?
Cyberpunk
Okay.
is...
Oh man.
Anyway, Cyberpunk came out with an apology
Shambles.
video. Not before time.
Again with apology video.
Yeah, Dan, you want to talk us through this one?
Oh, well, there's not much to real talk about. They're just basically apologising for the donkey game they brought
He
out.
looks so sad.
What I really appreciated about this is right at the
Oh
very
man, look at
start,
him. He's so
so
disheveled.
sad.
he came out and he said, look, this isn't the developer's fault. This is my fault and our board members' fault. We're the ones who pushed this. We are to blame.
That's crazy.
Good. Well done. Correct. I've got some notes here. It's good that they
it's just
owned
5
up.
minutes of his face.
They said that they focused on the PC. The idea was to focus on the PC version and then just simply port it to consoles because that's how it is, right? You like right-click, save as console.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Convert file to console.
Yeah, yeah. However,
.con.
they underestimated the task at hand. What really got me is this quote. Testing did not show the errors for the console. Yes, correct. No, absolutely correct. So apparently on their magic PS4 console versions, it worked fine without a single bug in sight.
Yeah, that's not true. I mean, my PC version, which supposedly has no bugs in it, has heaps of bugs. The first time I played it, there were chips flying around the room.
I tried to
hot
put
chips. Like,
I tried to put the disc near my console just shut off.
yeah, true.
Listening to the guys on
Mine
the
had an
besties,
erection coming out of it.
one of the McElroy brothers, he was driving along and his character was naked with his butt out, T-posing through the roof.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, that
I mean, that's not that
T-posing-
special. I did that on Tuesday.
I sat at work the other day and watched an hour video of just the best Cyberpunk glitches. It was an hour, and they were all great. There is
Greenlight Comics, ladies and gentlemen.
There is
Real
not-
busy store.
there is not one point in that.
I was serving customers. It's okay.
There is not one part of that.
He paid you to serve customers so he can watch YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's how
I
it
need
works.
that job.
I don't think that's how
Isn't
business
that, isn't
models
that how
operate.
business works?
but
Do you have it on the TV on the screen in the shop?
no. But anything you can think of that can go wrong in a game goes wrong in that game. To the point of stuff like if you find a dead car out in the wilderness, it's like you can get in it and it's not supposed to drive, but you can get in it and it drives. It doesn't even have wheels; it just drives. Like
Off a car.
every like glitch that has ever been in every other game can do it. Like you can call your car and it will just fly through the air like someone's fired it out of a cannon through the world. Like yeah, T-poses, back to T-poses. Like characters in it like weeing. Just uncontrollably weeing because some characters can piss. It's like it just puts like, and then some characters will be talking to you and they'll just be pissing, or a dude cooking hot dogs and he'll be pissing.
Oh, I've seen that guy. In
Like
Hindley
you can
Street.
chop people's heads off and they don't die; they just keep walking around. Or you kill someone, they die, and then they just suddenly rise back up. Do one more like a cycle of animation of something that they want to do and then just die again. Like anything you can think of any glitch has happened. Fall through the earth, be inside your own face, shadows like a stuffing up. Everything, every glitch I've ever seen is in Cyberpunk. It's crazy.
They've announced that there's going to be more patches on a regular basis and a lot of hot fixes to come out. Have announced that they've delayed the DLC to focus on the patches to fix the game. Then they'll release the DLC for free.
That's crazy. As in the DLC, are you talking about like the new
Expansions.
version?
Yeah, no. They're releasing additional DLC to the game, but they've made a wise decision to actually make sure the game's finished and not broken.
So that means they've
before
pushed
they release
all
it.
the people that like Brayden that are waiting for the PS5 version to come out.
That
That's been pushed back as well. So
End of
Correct.
the year,
you know what?
maybe.
Well, I still can't get a PlayStation anyway. So.
Second half of the year, the next gen update will be coming out, and it will be free. So I'm really hoping that some stores try to move it and sell it for like $10-20, because then I'll pick it up and just wait for my free update.
I will also do that. That's
Because
a good
that's
call.
what you deserve, City. Actually, I probably shouldn't. I mean,
They don't
The
deserve
people
anything.
that
They just
worked
did
on
it.
that game worked really hard.
I know,
under
and that's where I'm
terrible
conflicted.
conditions.
I don't want to.
They deserve money.
They do, but will they get any more if I buy it for $70
I
or if
don't
I buy it for 20?
think
The problem
so.
with it though, as well, is that I've been playing it. I find the world quite empty, and I thought it was going to be the fullest world ever. Like,
A lot of people have said it's not as big as they thought it was.
well,
as
I don't care about bigness, but I just want I want to walk into a market. You know, like a street market where they're cooking all the food. And I want it to feel like a market, but it just feels like a space. And they've just plonked some things in there. It doesn't have the world. Like it doesn't.
It's not a built world. It's
Yeah,
like
it doesn't
a drag and
merge.
drop.
Yeah, it doesn't merge with the world. Like even games I talk about all the time is like Sleeping Dogs. You remember that game?
Mhm.
No.
That game had
Yeah,
like
that game was
that game had markets and stuff, and it felt like it was a market, like and stuff. And
You want Shenmue?
yeah, or every game should just be Shenmue with shooting and dismemberment.
Do you know what game is like Shenmue with dismemberment? Not so much dismemberment, or like Shenmue. But Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is re-released today, and boy oh boy have we got a surprise for all you lucky YouTube people. Dan and Floppy are going to play it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So here you go.
Don't. Ben pulled the switch off of this thing.
I did. I almost broke Braden's Switch earlier. It was a fun time.
Yeah, that was interesting.
It was. I felt very bad.
All right.
But we're out today, brand new, kind of. This was a game that we've sung the heralds of for years and years and years. Floppy, you've never played this?
I've never played this
Oh, that's
game.
me.
Yep, press A. Yep. And Dan, no, you want to go to
That's it.
story mode.
I can't see it, Brad. Make
Ah,
it bigger.
Okay.
No. Okay.
Yeah,
Just go average Joe.
please.
So we're going to play a two-player game. So these 4 players can play. I think that was one of the updates to this
Poppy's not joining in.
Yeah, that's awesome.
There we go.
condition.
Why is it not letting me join? There we go.
Got him. So yeah, 4 people can play at the time.
Hey,
If you have
Wallace
not seen
Wells.
this, but you are familiar with River City Girls or River City Rampage, this game is basically taken exactly from that. Floppy, you're going as Ramona, and Dan, you're going as Wallace.
Well as well.
So
Why-
the
why
only,
not? Yeah.
only thing I
Pretty
know
funny.
about Scott
And,
Pilgrim.
hey, I don't think he was in the last game.
No, he wasn't. He's one of the brand new additions. Actually, he came out as DLC, I believe, as well as Knives' mum. I don't even think he's in the movie or the book that much.
There was someone named Knives in the movie. That's the only thing I know about Scott Pilgrim.
And there
is
was
the
me
film.
just running backwards.
So it's
Oh,
a
look,
basic beat 'em up, left to right scrolling adventure. The artwork is absolutely beautiful. But Dan, you were saying before you had an issue with the artwork.
Yeah, so I forgot to look it up now. This artwork is done by, I think, he's an animator. He came out, he did like, I think, called like Ninja Pirate Squid or something like that. His last name's Robinson, I think. And he's a YouTuber, or he was back before YouTube. It was just back with like, you know, the Newgrounds and all shit like that. He would do pixel art and do these really long animations, like fighting sequences. And I'm pretty much 100% sure, 99% sure that this is his animation style. Like the boss battles are so much like his, and he's got a great style, and it's awesome and it's beautiful. But I just feel it doesn't feel like Scott Pilgrim to me.
Really? I reckon it looks really, really close to all the graphic novels.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which, funny story, Dan actually recommended the graphic novels to me, and I read them because of Dan. So, full circle.
Yes, full circle indeed. I'm just getting slammed
Circle
here.
of Life.
Like,
I keep looking at the wrong person.
so this is basically a clone, for those who haven't played it, of River City Rivals? Gangs?
Rampage.
I can never remember what it's called well there.
It was called Street Gangs everywhere else, or in Australia at least.
Yeah.
And it's out on the NES. It's
So-
an expensive game now.
I find this game's really hard, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've gotten up to Gideon Graves once. I used to have this on the Xbox 360. In fact, I still have it on my Xbox 360.
Was it digital?
It was digital. No physical copies came out, but there are physical copies. Ugh, jeepers creepers. There are physical copies coming out in approximately 5 hours from when we are streaming this over on twitch.tv/HackTheDino, which I know Braden and I have the site queued up, ready to jump on board.
Oh yeah.
We thought it would be limited from limited run games, but apparently they are just taking pre-orders until a certain date and then filling those orders.
Which is awesome.
So we won't miss out.
Oh,
We will
but
show
yeah,
them once we're
too.
done with the gameplay.
We get really, really cool things like you get the Anamagaguchi.
Anamanaguchi.
Thank you. Soundtrack, which is really awesome.
Ah.
If you don't know who that is, a really popular chiptune band.
I just bought it on vinyl.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Literally before the show.
It is a great thing. You can get just your physical copy. You can get a physical copy with a couple of little extras like the Clash at Demon Head concert tickets and some stickers. You can get a diorama version where you open it up and they're all on stage rocking out.
That looks awesome.
It looks like a big vinyl
I think
case.
Wallace
and then you open
Wells
it up.
does a rainbow uppercut.
Oh, I can pick stuff up.
Yeah.
Stop
Have
it.
you never played these games before? You played River City Girls.
Yeah, I've never played this game before.
It's exactly the same.
I'm
River City
getting
Girls is easier. This game's really, really hard.
Oh, I can pick the dude up.
Yeah.
Smash his face in the. Oh, yeah! In the puddle. Yeah, get it.
That's just
Oh,
snow, Floppy.
yeah, I peed in that snow.
Oh, that was cool. It interacted with the bin bag.
Yeah. So great game. Everyone should drop everything after this show. Keep watching us and get it because this is a great game, and we don't know how long it'll be on the store for. We assume it got.
Oh no.
We assumed it got taken off the Xbox and PlayStation 3 stores many, many years ago.
Oh my god.
Because of licensing issues. And don't contact creator of Scott Pilgrim, Brian Lee O'Malley, about questions about this game because he has absolutely no idea about anything, and he will yell at you through Twitter because he's sick of hearing it. And I
Really?
think he's sick of Scott Pilgrim as well. Just
Does he
quietly.
hate his creation? Is he?
He does. I think
Is
he's.
he Dr. Frankenstein?
I think he's well over it. People have asked for a sequel and everything. He just goes, no.
Oh,
no,
big
story's done.
combos.
Story is absolutely done. What do you think of the game so far, Floppy?
I enjoy it, but I like these things. Like it's like I've just spent a little time playing Streets of Rage a little while ago. I downloaded River City Girls on Games Pass. So yeah, I enjoy
River
this.
City
It's fun.
Girls is wicked.
Yeah.
I will purchase this.
Yeah.
I'd like to get the physical copy. I hope they're still pre-ordering it for a few more days.
There's actually a date, I can tell you.
I still think it's a little bit
Is
clunky.
until the end of February.
There you go. You got
I'm
heaps of
okay
time.
with that. I'll be fine.
But they got shirts as well. You can get, as Dan said, the vinyl. You can get shirts. You can get Switch cases. You can get enamel pins. You can get a trading card set. Well, I'm probably going to get that trading card set, truth be told.
I've got a bloody bucket. What am I going to do with a bucket?
It's all really, really cool. So head on
Okay.
over if you're interested. Limitedrungames.com. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is there. You can get that PS4 version or the Switch version.
What happened?
Really, really cool. Really looking forward to playing that as soon as I have internet.
I died.
Floppy enjoys it. It must be a bad game.
Oh god.
Oh,
You're not wrong. Like I do like
Oh.
some crap games.
You do, but this is a fantastic
I mean, it's
game.
no Jumanji.
It's not Jumanji.
If you remember, I didn't actually like that game, but I recommended it to a certain kind of
Crowd.
crowd.
Do you know what else isn't Jumanji? And that's the Xbox.
Alright,
And
do you
it's
want to pause it, guys?
It's not Jumanji purely for one reason, in that the Xbox is 20 years old. Today, actually. in Australia. As we record, this
Oh,
is
happy
the
birthday.
20th birthday of the original Xbox.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday,
right.
Xbox.
That's
Yes.
right. 20 years ago, we saw this magical moment on the live E3 stage. I think. Oh no, it was at CES. Sorry,
Oh, I forgot that The Rock was
where
out
The
there.
Rock came out.
Why
in a
did he
s-
care?
Because he was paid money. Came out with Bill Gates and introduced the Xbox to the world. And
No,
my
I said,
goodness-
why does he have hair?
Oh, because he had hair back.
I
then.
have never seen this before in my life.
Really? You've never
This
seen The
is
Rock and Bill Gates?
amazing.
Yeah, this is live at the CES studio.
Oh, I love it.
CES conference. not
Does
studio.
anyone have one?
What? An Xbox?
Original Xbox.
King Kaiju has about 10.
Okay, I've got one,
Mhm.
and I'm happy to say this because they don't make things for it anymore. I've got it modded.
Yep.
It's got a 2 terabyte hard drive in it, full of old Xbox games.
Yep.
It's awesome.
I almost grabbed. I was near my house during. Oh, I reckon. That was a while. It was before holidays, but my partner and I used to go for walks to a coffee shop.
Yep.
And we used to walk past this house, and then one day there were 2 original Xbox and the controllers underneath their veranda, just sitting there, dusty, old, obviously out of their. What I did, I thought, oh, I'm gonna go get them. She goes, oh, it's like on the. It wasn't out the front as hard rubbish though. It was on their porch.
That's just stealing.
So that's stealing. So I went, all right. So a couple of times.
There was a dog, but it was on someone's leash.
I went past a couple of times, 2 or 3 times, and it was out there. And I just went, oh, I'm just going to go and knock on the door and ask. So I went up there, knock, knock, knock. No one was home. And then someone came out the side gate, and it was apparently a unit out the back where this couple lived. And I just went, oh, what's happening with them? I collect consoles. I wouldn't mind if they're, buying them off you or just taking them if you're getting rid of them. And they said, oh, they're not ours. We'll let them know. And yeah, give us a call. And I went, all right, sweet. Went back the next day. They're gone. So either
Of course
someone
they-
went past that night and went, yoink.
Or they went, someone offered me money. Think I'll put this online.
Yeah, and yeah, so that's how I don't have an Xbox. But we all have lots of really, really cool memories of the Xbox. But before we get into that, I've just read my run sheet and realized that there was a really cool point I wanted to bring up.
Okay.
There is a Bloomberg article celebrating the 20th anniversary. They sat down with some of the original Xbox developers, and it was revealed that Microsoft, before the Xbox, so in about 2003, I think. Yeah, no, it'd be 2001 because it's the 20th anniversary. They revealed that Microsoft tried to buy EA, Square, and Nintendo. So apparently EA just said, "Oh no, we're not interested." Square apparently got to the stage where they were about to sign papers,
Damn.
and then Square's banker went, "Oh no, this deal isn't good enough." Apparently Nintendo
I love this.
laughed at them for an hour
Oh my god.
Why would you stay there for an hour?
because it's Nintendo. They can do whatever they want. But yeah, that was. I think they were just having him on and just laughed at him for an hour. They also tried to pitch to Nintendo saying, "All right, you guys know games really well. You make really, really good games. We make really, really good hardware and can make really good hardware. How about you let us make the hardware? You make the games. We'll go into partnership." And Nintendo went, "No, not interested." And then 2 years later, the Xbox came out. So a couple of interesting factoids to come out of that article. Head
That's
on over
pretty cool.
to Bloomberg.com and give that a read if that's your thing. But what of our favorite Xbox gaming memories? The one that I can remember is when I was over King Kaiju's house when we were about 15, 16, around that age. He had a chipped Xbox.
Okay.
And we were having a party. There was about 15 of us there. And we all decided it'd be a really, really good idea if all 15 of us each got in our cars. So I would have been older than 15 then, because I was driving. So about 16, 17. And go to different video rental places, rent a game, bring them back. And all you had to do back then with the Xbox to copy a game was just put it in and like literally press copy. And it would copy the entire game ISO onto your hard drive. And then you could just play the game forever.
That's so good.
So we grabbed that, came in, loaded on all the games, took the games back to those shops and said, "Oh, yeah, it's not working. Can we just grab another one?" Grabbed another game, brought it back, and then did the same thing and spent the whole entire night playing all these games. I remember we played Halo for God knows how long. We played Serious Sam, and he had quite a lot of porn on there, so that had a view as well. Dan, what's your favorite Xbox memory?
We're only talking about original Xbox, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, cool. Mine, I never had one. Have we all never had one?
I've
never had one
owned
growing
the
up,
original one.
no.
No.
Yeah, no, Braden? No.
My cousin had one.
My mate had one, I don't know why. I just never got it. I think I learnt about them too late. Like I wasn't. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't get one. I was a PlayStation person. That's fine. But my mate had one, and he had his chipped, and like you're saying, the whole computer dodgy. Had lots of games, but he had something on there, a little game called Super Mario War. Have you ever heard of this game?
No.
This game, we played this all night
On the Xbox.
Yeah, this is like a pirated kind of game that they made. 4 players at the same time. It's basically like who can get the most kills or deaths up the top there.
Right.
And it had really good ideas in it. There's like millions of different kinds of levels and things. If you fall down like through a hole, you don't die. You just come out through the roof. But if you keep falling, you keep getting faster and faster and faster as you fall down and stuff. And there's just skip to some other bits, Braden. Like just
This looks a lot like the original Mario Brothers game.
It was an amalgamation of all the Mario games together. They had its own items as well, and all these weird ideas that you could do. It was just such a good, like, kind of homebrew game, and we got addicted to it. We were like, some of the levels were hilarious. You got so good at them, and like,
Is that a chicken?
Yeah, you can be anything from Mario. Like,
well, there was no chickens in Mario. That would be from Zelda.
Yeah, that's a Zelda. Yeah, as I said, this game had no rules. It was wicked. 4 players. Yeah, kicking the blocks around. Yeah, it was such a fun game, and I can't believe it's just not around anymore. They did a second game as well, which I don't think was as popular. But like, yeah, where's the Mario War?
I'm gonna look that up. See if surely you can buy a mod now and put it on your PC.
On something,
Or on your phone.
You can definitely get it on PC.
I've got like 850 games on my OG Xbox. I might even have it.
Yeah,
you
check
probably
it out.
do. Yeah,
do a stream of it.
Yeah,
that'd be sweet. Just in the chat, Michael Towns just before was telling us that he had a friend who actually, Braden, can we scroll up? I'll read it word for word. Michael Towns in the chat says, when I was a kid, a friend's mum got them a PlayStation, but he wanted a Nintendo 64. She went real anti-Nintendo. She made $1 million bet with Michael Towns. After she apparently read that Nintendo were losing lots of money and were selling Pokemon, Mario, etc. to Sony. As I said, that Nintendo are mega rich, but she still wanted to bet the $1 million. At this stage, Michael Towns hasn't received that $1 million.
Why not?
get it and then buy us coffees.
Yeah, just a coffee. Floppy, what's your favourite?
So I didn't have one
Either.
growing up at all. Like I didn't get one until 2019.
Xbox's biggest fan.
Now
Oh, right.
These are our memories.
I grew up when the Xbox came, I was deep into PlayStation.
Mm.
I was like deep into PlayStation. So I've got one and I've had it modded, and I've been playing lots of the old stuff that I never got to play. But I don't particularly have a fondest memory yet. But I've got a Grail item related to Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
I have a thing that I want to buy that I will buy one day, but it's rather expensive. And one day when I have letterbox money, I will purchase it. I love mechs. I love mech-related games. I love mech-related shows.
Like
I love
MechWarrior?
mechs. There is a game on the original Xbox called Steel Battalion. Never been heralded as the best game in the world.
It is not.
But it had the best controller.
Yeah.
Because it has a controller that is a mech cockpit. You can only use it with this one game. It has 2 joysticks.
What's it called again?
It's called Steel Battalion.
Dan, you might have seen this at Avcon with our friends at Retrospect.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Yeah,
It's a
I need
massive
it.
panel, and you literally, it's got
It's
pedals and everything.
essentially 3 cockpit parts that click together.
Yep.
With 2 joysticks, 40 buttons, 5 dials, 3 pedals. None of it's labeled. You have to learn how to use the console.
Like X-Wing. Remember the original X-Wing games? And they were just all like...
Look at that thing. I want that. That's my Grail item from my original Xbox.
You have that?
No, I want it.
Chasing it.
That's pretty cool.
It is very cool. It's a lot of money. Was it $600
Oh, it's like
now?
$500 if you want to get one.
Michael
$500-600
Towns in the chat, he's also part of Retrospect, says it sucks to carry to the Retro Museum.
I'll carry it. I'll carry it.
Carry
mate.
it right out
I'll
of the
carry
door.
it
and
right back to my place.
Braden.
Well, my memories of the Xbox consist of I was 2 years old. And the only things that I remember about that Xbox was that it was a huge brick shit house.
Yeah.
The controllers were huge
The
as well.
controllers were
Duke.
massive.
Oh, man.
my
And they re-released the Duke about 2 years ago.
My tiny child hands couldn't control it. My cousin had Halo and
Hero.
this little game here Blinks the Time Sweeper.
I remember this.
I don't know
I
what this
do
is.
not.
Explain it.
Oh, it's a cat. He kind of has a vacuum that does time stuff. It's not
Kinda
good.
looks like Sly.
I remember being a little kid and being like, there are much better games than I'm playing on my PlayStation. And I think that's when it started.
2-year-old Braden had an attitude.
Yeah. oh,
2-year-old
man.
Braden.
Do you know what else has an attitude?
Wrestling?
No,
Our Patreons.
no.
Oh,
The ads that support our show.
oh.
We didn't change the ad beforehand.
Good. Sorry, Michael Towns.
So do you want me to just go to the Patreons?
Let's go to the Patreon. Sorry,
Let's do
Michael
that.
Towns. We'll play your ad.
In a sec.
Michael Towns, a wonderful Patreon who pays us $25 a month to play his ad.
Is
And
that
we've forgotten the past couple of months. So
is
Michael
that in the
Towns,
Discord or where is it?
It's in the Discord.
I'll find it.
Michael Towns, what a great man. You should go to michaeltowns.com. Learn all about him.
Go check out Game Boy Games, spelled like a boy, as in like a
Buoy?
a buoy. Game Boy Games.
Buoy Games.
That's Michael's thing. He creates his own like Game Boy games and stuff, and it's really good.
We'll do a live read. Let's do a live read ad for him right now.
No,
We'll just say something nice about his games. Go, Floppy.
Oh, he's a pretty handsome guy. I'd made some cool Game Boy games.
Go, Braden.
Yeah.
let Brendan do his work.
Top lad. I'm jumping around trying to find anything.
Go, Dan.
Michael Towns, part of Retrospect, part of Game Boy Games, creates his own games, works hard, plays hard,
Drinks iced coffee, apparently.
drinks iced coffee. Michael Towns, put a link in the chat to your thing. That's one good thing to do.
Do you like things and stuff? Then you might like things and stuff created by an independent creative who creates things with his things. Not that thing, but other things like digits on his hands.
Digit Moms.
And those digits can be used to make wonderful things such as games that you can play in your very own Game Boy. Not actual Boy though. Do not put things in your Boy, but rather your Game Boy. You can sit there with your little thumbs and play little things like Avcon the Adventure, where we make a cameo. Not Floppy because he wasn't here yet, but me and Dan are there as well as Braden.
Just play. Oh wait, just play
I got
it,
it. I got it.
and we'll just be quiet.
Well, I can't get the audio to work on it.
Good.
But
So michaeltowns.com. Head on over there.
there you go.
Game Boy Games.
Just talk over it. You guys do the audio. Go.
I'll describe for the podcast people. The Retrospect Retro Gaming Museum, the game, where you can talk to people who dress up in cosplay and talk to us at Hack the Dino. There's some Virtual Boy information there.
It's us.
There's us talking
Braden's
about
on it.
Oh
yeah,
my god.
talking about the physical copy. And there's a nice streamer lady who's a very popular person, and she got a dog in one of his games, and then the dog I think dies. Spoiler, and she cries.
Braden, do you know what's upsetting?
What?
You could have just gone into the ad bit, and this is already in there as it's just got its eye off.
Cool.
But brought to tears, this lovely streamer person. Thank you for Bonesy. Physical carts available for sale at GameBoyGames.com. That's BUOY.
I got one. It's cool.
Very cool. Play very well in your thing.
Game Boy.
Dan, would you like to thank our patrons?
Thank you, Patreons. We love you. If you want to support us over on a bit more, you can head over to Patreon. We have a whole range of awesome tiers over there with a whole bunch of awesome. Wait, I have to find them here. Different kind of benefits, stuff like, you know, getting on the private Hack the Dino Discord, getting your name shout out at this part. Oh yeah, you know, Dat Beard, Karen Knight, Dylan the Villain, Todd Randall, Sam Beard, Triple Indy, Mike Towns, Ash Knight, Game Boy Dad. Thank you so much for all that kind of thing, all that jazz. You can also get stuff like you're getting your digital supporter badge made. It's over there.
For now.
You can have an ad, a professionally set up ad put in.
Or,
Like you just saw right now.
a
Yeah,
professionally improvised ad.
And a slurry of other things that you can
Oh, it's a flurry, all right. Just
So,
flush it all out.
go over there, shoot us some bucks. If you don't have any bucks, that's fine. You can just support us by watching us on Twitch every second Friday, or on the YouTube channel, or supporting us over on all good podcasting
Share us
services
around to
and
your
listening
friends.
to us over there. So subscribe to us on there. You know, follow us.
Yeah, do
Do
it.
us a favour.
Yeah.
Do yourself a favour. Do your parents a favour.
Not my
Sneak
dad.
into your
He won't
parents'
watch.
Amazon account. Give us your free Amazon Prime Twitch sub.
That's
Oh,
a
do
very
that.
good idea. Do that. Do you know what else is a good idea?
Like
Superman is
world
a,
peace.
yeah,
Well-
that'd be nice.
World geese.
World peace as opposed to the dystopia we're living in at the moment. But Dan, you put something in our little Discord discussion.
Yeah, I just found this. I was like trawling the old at work. It's on YouTube.
How was work, Braden?
It's been a quiet week.
All right.
Yeah, it has been. And I found this this video that came up of a work in progress Superman-like game. Now, this came out a little while ago. There was some footage of this, and which is actually at the end of this video. But this is an update of the destruction physics of the game. I think it's called like Ultra Power or something like that. So it's not Superman. It's not licensed. But here we can see the destructive physics of this game. For those in the podcast who are listening to this, it's basically you just look like Superman, but just dressed in all black. Kind of thing.
Superboy.
Superboy, yeah. And
Super dude.
But as a man.
but you also have Goku's like Kamehameha
Kamehameha.
attack kind
Nice.
of thing, and you've got some other powers as well. So it's not just Superman, but he's got laser eyes. And this video is just showing the physics of the destruction of it, and I just really enjoyed it.
I think
it's
from
really
the video,
good.
I think they talked about how this is an update from the original demo, where now it's in Unreal Engine 4, which is how all the destructive physics are happening amazingly.
Yeah, the actual end half of this video is the first one, which is it's a bit simpler and a bit. But yeah, man, if they the destruction, I'm a massive fan of destruction in video games. When the Battlefront like Bad Company came out, Battlefield, and you had like the destructive buildings and
Oh, that was
online
so
game,
cool.
amazing. And then they just went on with the Frostbite engine, Frostbite 2 and 3 or whatever it was, and just kept the destruction going. I think the Battlefields are some of the best games ever made. Like,
Yeah.
I love them. I think I just don't understand. Like, if they can have that much level of destruction in an online giant game with a million people in it, why can't they have that kind of destruction everywhere in games? Yeah, and this is
Pokemon.
basically just showing Superman just going crazy, really. Just
Cooking mama.
having a Homelander moment.
Animal Crossing.
What?
Oh, we're just going through games that need more destruction.
Animal Crossing.
Is there
Cooking
any
Mama.
destruction in that?
No, God no.
I mean, you could chop down a tree.
And here we have like this. It's also got in there and the demo the speed physics of like
Speed physics are really cool. Just watching it now.
yeah, of him flying and how it kind of
You look
works
at
a
the
bit.
air, like,
It has
go
like the
around him.
like, or it looks like it has like an auto dodge kind of feature, so you can like just showing kind of like they're just getting their head around like how you can create a very overpowered flying
What
Superman.
sucks is something like this is something I'd really would love to play, and just none of the companies have done it.
They
Now,
did Spider-Man though, and that was like
That's true. That's true.
You know
But
what my favorite part of this is watching how his body reacts when he does like the spins and things, and the detail they put into just his limbs and just the way they're moving it, like when he stops rolling a specific way.
yeah.
Now
It's
that
like
he's not doing
they,
it.
they really want to show that vulgar display of power that that Pantera album. Yeah, I just really enjoyed this. I just wanted to talk about it a bit. I look forward to hopefully they won't make this.
no.
This won't come out. This
But-
is too good. You know
But
when
guys,
things are too good?
We got the Avengers game from Square Enix.
Do you know who else got the
Silent.
Avengers game from Square Enix?
No one.
People.
Not
But
many people.
there's a new Switch coming out.
Oh.
Well, I should say there's a new Switch color coming out
Oof.
as part of the.
Is it a new colour? Like, hasn't been invented yet?
That's right. It's called Merple.
It's called Switch.
You want your
Swirch.
your Merple Swirch is coming out really, really soon, and we got a picture of it here. It's
Merple Schwartz.
That looks really cool.
it does look really cool. For those
Yeah,
of you who
look.
haven't seen it yet, it's a actual red Switch console with a red dock and blue and red controllers. This looks rad. This is the first time the actual Switch itself has been a different color. They've had a different colored dock before now, but this is the very first different colored Switch.
You don't think this is kind of gross?
No.
Like, red and blue together is hard to
It's
look
almost
at.
like it's worked for Mario for years now.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's wearing overalls and pants and stuff. This is like 3D glasses, like weird. Like
It might just be my.
I think it's weird because it's on the background. The background is blue and red as well.
Honestly, yeah, that might be doing it. It honestly might be my not having a lot of nostalgia growing up with Mario stuff for a while.
Is it
Mario?
Mario?
Call him Mario?
I butchered
Do
it.
you even know who that is?
Is Maori Mario?
You're a fake gamer.
Yeah, honestly. But yeah, I don't know if it's not having nostalgia for that growing up with it, but I think it's pretty garish.
I like.
Well, that's
the-
because both you and Dan
Dan?
here are red blue colorblind.
Ah,
It
yeah.
just looks
So,
grey.
oh,
Oh, it's
that
just
way-
grey, so yeah, it's just a normal Switch.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
just
I would
grey.
love
What's going
that.
I think this is the first. I think this is the first time that a Switch has been bundled with a case.
No.
Do you think
it
that
not?
shadow that's in the background of Mario is going to be on there somewhere?
Yeah, it'll be on the back or underneath.
No, it
or
comes
something.
and you put it on your wall
Oh, a decal.
like a decal.
Nice.
How's the bungee straps for the
Love them.
for that? That's
Yeah,
classic.
They are pretty cool. I was asked, am I going to get this? And I reluctantly had to say no.
Why?
I'd like to. Well, because I've already bought 4 Switches. I don't really need another one.
I don't think you need 4, but you got them.
Well, I could. I bought one for me. I
Yeah,
bought
why stop now?
one for Parker. I bought one for Jasmine. I bought one for my mum.
Why
So-
stop now, mate?
Because
Why?
I've run out of family members. They're all dead.
Buy
Oh.
it for you. You collect. How many Nintendo 64s do you have?
Look, I've just moved house and spent 8 days setting up my collection. I'm not collecting stuff anymore.
I
You've got
dare
2
say-
hands though.
Yes, you will.
I will, but no.
How many
this is done.
64s do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I got 4
8,
PlayStation 1.
Wow,
9.
your Switch collection is lame. You should get another
Yeah,
one.
the Michael Townsend chat said toilet switch. You need
Toilet
one.
That's
Switch.
true. I could do with a toilet switch.
Just have it there up on the shelf the whole
So
time.
you can dock while you dock.
Oh,
Ooh,
dock-
interlock.
Isn't docking putting?
Yeah,
That's-
yeah,
yeah,
we don't.
well,
we
we
don't
don't
go
go
there.
there.
No. But you know where we will go? We'll go to a discussion we had just the other day at Greenlight Comics, which Dan brought up a very good point. Dan,
I
do you
wasn't
remember what he
there.
said?
No, what are we talking about?
So we're talking about a Switch Pro.
Oh yeah.
What's happening with the Switch Pro? What's it going to be? And then Dan just said
I said that why don't they update the what's it called? The
dock.
The dock.
Yeah.
Dock.
Just have the dock be more powerful, so that should Switch Pro. The Switch stays the same, but you buy a new dock which is like super beefed,
Super beefed. And
Buff.
I think
flexing everywhere. Oh, I'm a Switch dock.
speaking of someone who's a little bit more savvy with the technological side of video game things, he
Mate.
said it's actually quite easy because it's a USB-C on the bottom of the Switch, and when you have it in handheld mode, it plays in 720, but when it's docked, it's 1080p. So all you would have to do is get like a better graphics card or something a little bit more gutsy into a bit of a bigger Switch dock, get it some fans in there, and it can actually up-res or produce games at a higher rate with more power. I don't know tech stuff that well.
So Townsend in the
You were
chat
on the
says
right
I
track.
only play handheld these days, but the difference is what the Switch's main downfall is. It doesn't look very good on a big screen.
No, I've just got a 4K TV. I bought myself a present when we moved house and got a CX OLEX. Yeah, one of the
OLED
big-
TV.
Yeah, one of the big ones that has individual LEDs. for
OLED.
each- Yeah, those things. And I booted up. First thing I did was boot up the PlayStation 5 and looked at the menu and went,
Yeah.
oh, wow, that looks freaking cool. Yeah, just like you did, Dan. And then I went, all right, I'll play some Switch. And I booted up the Switch and the UI came up and I went,
Ew.
is this a JPEG? Like it had like fracturing, like
Oh,
different
no.
colors coming in. It's like,
Yeah, so
Ugh.
that's what I mean. So when you put your Switch in dock in, the dock can become more powerful, therefore making the online the screen stuff look good. Therefore, it doesn't even matter when you bring it back into handheld. The handheld is only like how big is that thing? Like it's got a low. It's small. It doesn't have to be as full on rest out.
Yeah.
But just to make it when it's in TV mode, docked mode, it has a better picture and a better look to it, kind of thing. Like,
and then you could buy games that you can only play in dock mode. Like there's games at the
but
moment you
as
can
you
only
said
play in handheld.
before, as you said before, it is Nintendo. They don't make sense.
And
Yeah.
the thing that is helping them is that Type C USB is so like everything they're doing with it is incredible. Like they continue to add amazing things that work perfectly through it.
Nintendo or third party?
Just in general, like every single person who's developing anything with Type C USB, like they're just creating things that just work so well.
Do you have an example?
Like no example at all. Everything Apple's doing,
Good.
Just someone
everything Apple's
told me.
doing, everything Samsung and Google are doing, like that's all Type C, and it all just works so seamlessly. So if Nintendo were able to utilize that to make their Switch more powerful in dock mode,
And how much goodwill would they get if they released this a dock and sold it for like $150?
oh my god!
As
So-
opposed to having to buy a whole brand new system.
Did I miss something? Did this conversation become true? Or is it just a conversation with a cool idea?
It was just a conversation that we were having.
wasn't part of
at
the
Greenlight the other day. No,
conversation.
you weren't invited. Only the cool, only the cool people are
Only
invited
the
to
city
Greenlight.
dwellers got to do
Said
that one, mate.
Said perfectly by the less cool people.
Oof.
That
What-
makes sense.
What Dylan,
Shut up.
Dylan in the chat said, what's funny is that some games on the Switch are better suited to play on the TV. And I totally agree with that. Do you know what? I've never played a game in handheld
I
mode.
rarely play it handheld.
Very rarely.
I had
do
when I was
play.
when my kid was in hospital,
Mm.
but that was about it really, and that was just because I was in a hospital. Like, what am I gonna do?
They didn't want to hook
I did
you up
ask
to
if
the
they
heart
had it.
monitor.
I did ask to see if they had a TV there.
Hooked it up to his breathing monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah, on
I'm
the EKG.
The other thing
Just
is,
play Mario on it.
I'm surprised that maybe even the Switch needs a dock. Oh no, dock's good. Then
Yeah, I actually think it's a really cool idea, really smart idea. I think it'd buy a lot of really goodwill from a lot of people. And it would be
I
the
get
sort
it.
of the mid. I totally get it. The next mid step before the next generation. Like
Yeah.
they've announced that they think the Switch is about halfway through its shelf life now, so it's 4 years
Really?
old. 4
who
and a
said
bit
that?
years.
Nintendo.
Doug Bowser. Or whoever's in charge of Nintendo nowadays.
DB.
But I remember Doug Bowser did say that they believe it's about halfway through its life.
It's Reggie, but Doug Bowser's a puppet.
All right, sit down, QAnon. Yeah,
That's weird to think of it being halfway
Gate.
through already.
Yeah, I think it'd be a real good thing to do. So, Doug Bowser, you got our number. We're more than willing to give you permission to do that.
We'll test it for you too.
That's
Review it
right.
if you like.
Yep. Officially here on youtube.com/hackthedino or twitch.tv/hackthedino.
You throw some t-shirts in, we'll even say nice things.
I'll say that anyway. We will sell out for
Nothing.
a gnat's
Nothing.
testicle. Like, seriously, just
Less than that.
hook us up. Speaking of gnat's testicles,
Ugh.
Mass Effect Legendary Edition could be preparing for a launch on March 12th. A pair of retailers have listed the game for release on March 12th, and this has been narrowed down from its much previously and very vague 2021 release target. So this was 2 separate independent online stores, both listed the pre-order at that date, completely independent of each other. Now, we've gone through it before, but Floppy, you're a Mass Effect fan. Are you looking forward to all 3 in
I
one?
am a Mass Effect fan in the fact that I really want
Good.
to play more of them, but I've never finished one.
We can see on the screen now, I linked Braden
Page not found.
to the article that was there a couple of days ago. It's not there anymore.
It's been pulled instantly.
Well, I wish I took a photo of it. Anyway, sorry, Floppy.
So yeah, like I've never finished one, but I really like what Mass Effect do, and I like games that do that, and I liked what's come after Mass
What
Effect.
do you like that they do?
I like the story aspect. I like the in-depth stories. I like the control you have over, say, your character and playing.
You like sexy times with blue women.
Yeah.
I've got my Mass Effect story that I always say. So I played like the whole first game and couldn't sleep with anyone. I didn't know how to do it. I failed.
How?
And someone's like, how'd you fail that? Like, you can't not do it. I said, no, I tried.
Is this an accurate
I wanted a
representation
certain
of
lady.
Teenage Dan?
I wanted to create,
No, he was just sitting there going, talking about how much stress
I
he's
wanted
under lately.
to create a same-sex relationship with my character, and I just couldn't do it. I didn't know how.
Braden, have you ever played any of the Mass Effects?
Yes, I actually really loved Mass Effect 2 and 3. More so 2.
Well,
2
one.
was,
2 was supposed to be the better game. was it
One
not?
was Xbox exclusive for a while, and I never played it. But on the PS3, I played Mass Effect 2, and oh my god, it was so good. Absolutely loved it. The entire story being that you're building up your crew so that you go for this one final, like, against all odds, like, suicide mission. Oh, it was great.
Yeah, my mate loved it, and the thing that made me play it, he goes, it's just such good lore. Like, there's so much. He goes, I read everything. He goes, I read every bit of book. I got so into the universe. It was so good.
Yeah, the world
Anything I
building
do
is
doesn't usually do that. kind of
really
thing.
good. But yeah, I highly recommend it for anyone who hasn't checked it out before. Obviously, once it actually comes out.
It's one of my friend's most favorite game series. And he doesn't like things generally, so I decided to play it. I played the first game for a little bit, had a sexy time, and just went, oh, I reckon I'm done. So I don't know. I might pick this up and
That's
give it
fair.
another go.
Honestly, I would recommend, because 2 starts. When you start 2, you can just select to make all the major choices from the first one, and it does it in like a comic book.
Cool.
So I highly recommend just jumping straight to 2, because
That's cool.
1 is aged a bit, but 2 is
You
actually...
never know, though. They might
great.
jazz it up.
Yeah, we
heaps
don't know
good.
what they've got in store, whether it's a direct port or whether they just rejiggered the whole
It'll
thing.
be remaster, I bet you.
You reckon?
Yep.
Just a spit and polish?
Shorter
It'll be a
elevator
spit and
rides.
polish, and I think it'll look nicer. I think it'll play a bit nicer. I don't think they're going to remake it, but
Well, 720p on the 360? Or 1080?
720?
I'll look it up.
Yeah, well, it's coming on the Switch, so it's not going to get above that 1080, so doesn't matter.
It could if it had Switch Pro dock.
That's right.
360 supported 720 and 1080.
Oh, there you go.
360 did.
Yeah.
Good on it.
But only DVD.
I loved the 360. That was my favorite Xbox
Oh, it was
console.
only DVD for 1080.
Since we're talking about
No,
Xbox-
I only had a DVD player. I didn't have Blu-ray.
Oh no, it wasn't Blu-ray. No.
Yeah.
You got some free games you want to tell us about? Someone?
Someone. Anyone?
We got some free games. I can
Bueller?
talk about some of them.
What about the opening?
I remember to shut up that time.
Yeah. But
Well,
Brad
I,
forgot to press
I was
button.
getting other things ready, and then I was like, oh yeah, let me hit that button.
Floppy, what's
Alright,
free?
We'll go with Games Pass for January.
Oh, cool.
So some of the highlights. Now I've played one of these games, but if anyone else has played them, please jump in.
Oh, there's one there that I've played that I will
So coming on-
scream about.
Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One, all of the Xboxes, is the Ascent, which I know nothing about. Has anyone played this one?
No.
No idea.
I have to put it up on the screen for me to remember what it is.
Let me find it.
No. All right,
No?
next.
Okay. Next one I have played. So this one is out on Android console and PC, coming January 7th, is Injustice 2.
Hell yeah.
These games are great.
They are.
Just
if you
very
like
quickly, this is the Ascent.
this is the Ascent. Oh, okay.
It looks like a
Sci-fi Diablo.
sci-fi Diablo.
Oh my god, that looks amazing.
It does look pretty cool.
Look at the detail in that background.
For those of you who are listening to us on the podcast, it's basically a isometric Diablo, but like mech cop, like with guns and like a twin stick shooter.
Running through a dystopian warehouse.
Yeah, the detail in the
There's so much
environment
grit
is phenomenal.
everywhere.
Yeah.
It's
It
true
is so
grit.
full.
Yeah,
That's
that's
phenomenal.
it's really cool.
Okay, maybe
I'm
we'll
glad
look
we
at
saw
that.
that.
What a
Might
surprise.
be looking at that.
Yeah,
on
I'm
Games
gonna
Pass.
get that.
Destiny Diablo.
Injustice 2, if you like DC superheroes and bad guys, and you like Street Fighter style
More Mortal
fights,
Kombat, 'cause it's
but more
by-
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it's
Mortal
Mortal
Kombat.
Kombat with superheroes.
Yep.
These things are awesome. They look great. They control easy. I can even do special moves in some of them.
Whoa.
Wow.
And the single player story mode, although it's not very, you just play fights and there's cutscenes in between. They're always really well written, and I really enjoy them. Well,
the
first
comics
two.
are amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom Taylor's run on them. Speaking of Tom Taylor, when he was first writing all the Injustice comics, or the Injustice comics to go with the game, because he was originally given it to him, and they just went, yeah, just
First
do what you
week.
want.
Do what you want.
Do whatever you
Didn't
want.
think it was going to do anything.
Yep. So he did, and Tom Taylor, being the freaking amazing writer that he is,
Kristen.
created this New York Times best-selling series.
Far out.
And then he left, and they cancelled it because the writer who took over wasn't as good. And then he eventually came back, as well as writing a plethora of other Marvel and DC stuff. So go to Tom Taylor's Twitch thing. Sorry, not Twitch. What's the other one? Twitter. Go to Tom Taylor's Twitter and say, "Good work, Tom. I like your stuff."
I like in Injustice what it does is super move kind of things, which are like an animation.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what they replace like the fatalities with, and I also like the terrains are so
Destructible.
and you keep moving through them, like
Yeah.
the terrains themselves aren't just the one thing. They did it a little bit in Mortal Kombat, but they did it in this a lot, and I think that was the cool thing they brought into it.
I
Yeah,
did
there's
also
generally-
really like with Injustice 2 that they added all the different gear that you can do, so you can basically customize all the superheroes. I love it.
Yeah. But you can, going back to what Dan's saying, you can kind of go from your main fighting arena, and you can burst through walls to like a secondary area.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
They
you
made
can do
Mortal
secondary-
Kombat 3.
You can,
Did they?
Yeah, you can do like
I didn't
secondary
know that.
and
I've never
third,
played
and
much Mortal Kombat.
you can do lots of them. Like
Like
But
Mortal Kombat 3, you could go either side or up and down.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
but I feel
That's cool.
I know they did that in the Mortal Kombat, but I think this is like they kind of did it a lot in this one. They try to make it its thing
Right.
a bit more. Yeah, lots of customization.
Now, third game on Games Pass coming January
White,
14. I'm
wh-
pretty sure Ben played this.
Mhm.
Probs loved it.
Yep.
What Remains of Edith Finch? Go.
Yeah, this game is a Ben-ass game. It is just
Ben Ass.
It's a Ben-ass game. It is a walking sim. It tells a story. You go through this really weird jigsaw of a house, sort of going through this person's life about all these tragic deaths that have happened to her family and her extended family, and you actually play the part of her family members as she reminisces about the way they passed away. You don't actually, there's nothing graphic about the deaths. Like, as an example, there's a scene where you are one of two twin boys playing in first person. The whole game's in first person, walking sim. and you are playing one of the twin boys, and you're swinging on a swing that overlooks a cliff. And she's telling the story about how the boys were always daring each other to try and go all the way over. And that if they could do that, they had the theory that they could fly. So you're swinging back, swinging forward, swinging back, getting bigger and bigger, and you're using both of the, at least on console, you're using both the joysticks. You have to get them in sync in order to swing correctly, and you get higher and higher and higher. And they said, and then we finally did it. We flipped over and we flew. And you flip over the thing, and then you fly, and like you fly off into the clouds, like in a sort of mystic way.
And that's you dying.
That's you dying because you fall off the side of a cliff.
Whoa.
There's another one where you're playing.
Oh, I thought it meant represents you just broke your neck.
No, no, it's representing that you flew off the seat, but it takes it to the metaphor that you are flying away, but no, but you fell off the side of a cliff because you were a young kid. Another one that's really quite upsetting. You don't really realize what's going on. Is you're a baby, and you're being bathed like an infant in a bath, and the mother's there, and she's having an argument with the father, and they go out arguing.
Trigger warning.
Sorry. And the baby sort of like that, the toy animals in the bath come to life and start dancing around, and you're playing with them, and then they dive underwater, so you go underwater with them,
I can't
and you're
do this.
flying it through, and then like the things go down the bath drain, and you follow it down the bath drain, and it's whew,
Yeah,
it's
I
a
don't know if I could
heavy
do
game.
that.
It
and
is
the
a
person
heavy
who just
game.
had a baby recently, that kind of made me feel a bit sickening.
Yeah, it really is a very emotional game. Like, you aren't shown them passing away. It's very, again, metaphorical, and you have to
But
read
you get
into
it.
Yeah, you understand what's happening. It's beautiful. It's moving.
There's lots of text on the screen. Is that all said to you?
Yeah,
It's all red.
yeah, it's all red and it's all
Nice.
said. Another one. It's no, just get it. Like,
Is this the one with the
get
cutting
this
the
game.
fish?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Yep. So you're having one of the family members is having psychotic episodes, and he works at a fish factory where he chops the heads off a fish. So as you're playing as him, one side is a fish coming in and you chopping the head off, and then the other side is his fantasy. It's an isometric head down thing of you taking your people towards a new land to meet the king, and you're chopping, and then you're controlling with one side of the the left-hand joystick. You're controlling the character who's going through the desert to meet the new king. The other hand, you're chopping off the head of the fish, and then slowly, as your delusions take over, they sort of merge a bit more. And
Far out.
the other one, the desert one, sort of takes over, but the fish is still coming in, and then as you get up to the king and you're announced as the new prince, and they put the crown on your head, boom, and it goes black. Boom.
Yeah, I don't know
He has
if
a
I can do
psychotic
this.
episode and chops his own head off with the thing. Again, you're not shown any of this. It's just heavily like it's a beautiful, amazing game. I think it was almost Game of the Year one year, I want to say.
Yeah, it was in the runnings, I think.
But yeah, man, it only takes about 3 hours to finish. But
Do it.
yeah,
That's a lot of emotion in 3 hours.
it is. It's really heavy, but my God, it is just a beautiful. You can't die either. You either complete the little puzzle games or you don't, and then you just go back and do them again.
In 2017, at the Game Awards, it won for Best Narrative
There you go.
and was nominated for Games for Impact and Independent Game.
Yeah, it's a brilliant game. Everyone should really play it, especially if it's free on Games Pass.
Oh.
So on that happy time, full of fun and laughs and giggles, I thought we'd look at how good old Xbox is doing with their good old Xbox controller. Floppy, you're the only person here who's actually held one of the new Series X, Series S controllers. What do you think of it?
Look, it's pretty much the same as the old one.
Good.
But they've changed the D-pad to the same kind of D-pad as you had on the Elite controllers, which I
Okay.
really like. It's like
Like
a
diamondy things.
yeah, it looks like a disc made in Minecraft. Like it's got like polygonal shapes. Instead of having your 4 or your cross as your directional pad, it's kind of like a
Like that
Yeah,
dish,
like-
that
looks like
dish
that right there.
you run in those like those VR running, like actual
Yeah.
giant running things that you actually run in physically.
So that's actually way more comfortable. Everything else feels pretty much exactly the same, except it's got USB-C at the front.
So how do you rate it against the DualSense, sorry.
It looks exactly.
Oh,
the same
look,
as the
I
old
don't even put it in the same class as the DualSense.
Why's that?
Well, I mean, the Xbox controller, I've always liked the size and the weight of the Xbox controller, not so much the button placement, but that's a personal thing. Or sorry, stick placement. They didn't really change much. They made the D-pad a little bit more comfier. That's pretty much it. The DualSense has just turned it up with all the different features, the haptic feedback, everything on that thing is unreal. Like they've just gone ham on putting features into the DualSense. I don't think you can really compare them.
Well, funny you should say that because Xbox has recently sent out a survey to Series X and Series S owners about the DualSense controller. This comes in form of a questionnaire distributed to random owners and asks respondents to agree or disagree with the following statement. I am aware of the features on the PlayStation controllers, and I wish they were on the controller that came with this console.
Oh God, really?
Yeah.
That exact line?
Yeah.
That's really odd.
That was the exact line that they're asking.
You know
the
they
people.
sent that out, and like someone like higher up Reddit went, "We haven't sent this out, have we?" And they're going like, "Yeah." He goes, "Are you kidding me?"
That was a joke.
No,
Like,
not even that.
Yeah, just like that's just like
We're thinking about ripping off this console controller, which both companies did with the Wii when it was a runaway success. Yeah, just to be so blatant about it. So, you want us to steal this? What do you think about those haptic triggers?
what do
Should
you
we
think
take 'em?
about them?
Yeah.
Should
just
we
felt
have
that
done that? Did we error?
So there you go, Xbox people. We know we've had a celebration this show. You can look forward to a better controller soon. You know what you can't look forward to?
Christmas.
What?
That's true.
Always.
But any more Killzone games? Because apparently the Killzone franchise is done. The official website for the Killzone franchise has been retired. A statement now reads, when you visit Killzone.com, says, going forward, visitors to Killzone.com will be directed to PlayStation.com. Our press release says, while this change doesn't affect the online multiplayer modes, player statistics or ranking data for Killzone Mercenary and Killzone Shadowfall, it is now no longer possible to create or manage clans in Killzone Shadowfall. We apologize for this inconvenience. Thank you to Killzone.com's many fans and visitors throughout the years for their enthusiasm and support. Now, you have all played Killzone games before?
I did 1, 2, and the one on the Vita.
I played a little bit of Shadowfall.
It wasn't until we were talking about it in the Discord, Ben asking if any of us had played it, that I realized that I've played every single one of the Killzone games.
Now,
Were
what
they-
do we think of them?
Were they not memorable enough for you?
No, they're great.
No, so this is the thing. I remember the original being super good. Like, I remember because the first one had
It had graphics that were way superior to everything else.
yeah,
That's
on
what-
the PS2, it looked
Yeah.
incredible. But it had like 4 different classes that for each mission of the campaign, you would play as one of the different members of that class. So you had like a tank and you had like a sniper and like you just swap between them for different missions. And the world building of the Hellgast and everything being super Nazi, like super, like it was a good first person shooter.
Yeah, and the online the multiplayer thing was really good on it. Like it had this real different vibe. Even though it was just like a Battlefield kind of
So
like multiplayer.
what is it like? I've never played these
So,
games. I've
It's
no
just
idea
like
what it is.
Wolfenstein. Like you just go through it, you go through levels and you shoot people.
So this was was this not marketed as sort of Sony's answer to Halo?
Right.
Yeah, no, it was more Sony's answer to Battlefield.
Oh man, I'm getting so much nostalgia watching this.
I feel
Yeah.
like it was Halo.
Like it was all about it might have been Halo, yeah. It was all about the guns. It was all about, but it definitely had its own feeling. Like when you moved, how everything moved was very Killzone. Like it had its own,
It was heavy.
yeah, vibe and stuff. Everything was slow and heavy, and it was like you felt like you were weighted down by all this weapons and ammunition, and you had lots of It wasn't, yeah. It was just cool. Like you had.
It was very much a sci-fi take on like Call of Duty Medal of Honor.
Is this number one?
Yeah.
This is number one. This is PlayStation 2.
That looks really good for a PlayStation
Yeah,
2.
it had the raddest graphics. That's always the thing. And then number 2 was wicked as well. It was on PlayStation 3.
Yes, 2 and 3 were on the.
So what's the online
PS3.
component that's being shut down?
That would be the online multiplayer for
That'd be like the Battlefield
Shadowfall.
kind of
Right,
like
right.
Call
So
of Duty stuff.
Let me find. Let me try and find.
does it have
gameplay of that.
a single player campaign?
Yes.
Do you know other games I really liked in that kind of same category of like PlayStation? Was those Resistance games? Remember them?
Yeah.
Where you remember them?
No.
So that's just like aliens land. We've been invaded by aliens, and they're like taking people and turning them into these monsters, and it's basically an alien invasion. You become the Earth is the resistance against the alien force coming in and taking you over. It was just rad.
It was Insomniac.
Is this Shadowfall?
Yeah.
All right.
This is Shadowfall.
Yeah, so this is one where you had the little backpack drone that you could send out. Is
Yeah,
that
it
right?
was
Or-
the launch title for the PS4.
Yeah, that was the last Killzone, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
So the fact that these have stopped, there hasn't really been anything
played
for like
this
the
one.
last 7
I've
years
played this
anyway.
one as well. Yeah.
Especially when it was made by Guerrilla, who then went on to do Horizon Zero Dawn.
I was going to say they're a little busy at the moment.
Yeah, a little bit.
But like, it was a good series.
But
It
like
never got shit. It
never
it
took
stopped, and then it took off. But like, I mean, everyone had Killzone 1 and 2. I remember.
Well, not everyone.
People that mattered.
A lot of people did.
That's fair.
But yeah, no. Well, we should give it a
This is on
Viking,
the
a Viking
PS3.
funeral. Like,
Just burn it.
Look at this. This is on the
Burner of
PS3.
fire.
yeah, look at
Like that?
PS3, man. Oh man, like the
It was in the era when every single game had to be brown.
Tea-soaked?
You know what? Maybe I'll sort out my streaming and I'll stream Killzone Shadowfall.
That's a good idea. Yeah,
I'll
why
do some
not?
Force
write that down.
Well, write that down, please,
look-
note taker person.
Will do. Now, Floppy,
Yes, mate.
how are you going to ensure that with your PlayStation 5 and your Xbox Series X, with the streaming and all the money that's going to come in, you might want to updo your TV cabinet, for example. What would you do when going out and making sure that those consoles
Well,
can fit
what
in
I would
these
like to
cabinets?
do is have some form of mock-up
Mm.
of said consoles that I could
Nice.
check into possible TV cabinets that I may be purchasing.
But
to see if
Floppy,
they
are
would
you any
fit.
good at origami?
I actually, yeah, I am.
I just, I
I'm not, Brayden.
Oh, aren't you?
No.
I 3D print mine that cost more than the actual console.
What
And
can
don't
I
work.
do, Brayden? If I want to take all my megabucks that I get from streaming and Hack the Dino over on twitch.tv/Hack the Dino,
Thanks,
uh,
Downsy.
what can I do?
Well, Ben, I suggest you head over to a little shop. They're good friends with Barjo. IKEA.
IKEA! That's right, IKEA have cardboard cutouts of the Series X and the PlayStation 5, which you can put in your cabinets when you're deciding to try.
This is brilliant.
It's customer service.
I
times
reckon
10.
I reckon that's gonna really backfire on them because nothing's gonna fit into those square things that they make.
Who-
Like,
no one buys them anymore, do they?
I literally
Anymore.
bought one
No.
earlier this year.
I bought one. I bought two for my daughter's room, but she has
I'm-
some drawers.
They're
I've
ridiculous.
given
They're
away too.
squares.
Yeah, I've used mine as you'll see it when we come to my place, but I've used it as my retro gaming cabinet because there's 8 squares and the consoles look really pretty. Just
I would like to
sitting in
direct your guys' attention to the right side of the room we're currently in.
with the block of them.
Oh my
There's a whole heap
God.
of them over there. Never noticed.
Yeah, IKEA. Good job. Well done, Mike. IKEA.
I love that.
Good cop with a Swedish name.
Yeah.
It's short for Mikhail.
Game Boy
Sure.
Dad in the chat has also reminded me I've got to stream Backgammon on the Game Boy.
Yeah, good luck with that.
You know what? If I can figure out how to stream Game Boy stuff, I'll totally stream Backgammon. That'd be sick. It might be a short stream.
You just have to play it on an emulator
Do you know what
on
else
a hyperspin.
has a short stream?
My doodle.
Dan versus the world.
That's right. It's time for Dan versus the world. However, you may have missed at the top of the show where Dan announced that he's leaving for greener pastures to.
Threw the glasses out.
Oh, you didn't. That was supposed to just live on.
Dan is leaving, meaning that Dan versus the world is in a bit of a pickle because he's the titular character of Dan versus the world, where Dan takes on the world in the music video game quiz.
Townsy said the world wins.
I like my name's turned to B Dan, like I'm a B boy.
Oh, but there's a reason for that. Because Dan, you've been missing the past 2 shows. We decided to change it to Braydan versus the world.
But that's
now-
still not Bray Dan. That's just B Dan. It's like Big Boy Dan.
So we need to complete this amalgamation. We need to somehow scorch this earth so something brand new can be born in its place. So what we're doing for this episode of Braydan versus the world,
Bray
Is-
Dan. Wow.
Brayden and Dan being Team Braydan
Oh.
versus Floppy, who's the world.
I'm totally gonna freaking lose the shit out of this.
Yeah, that's bad because Braden's really good, and then I've been really good
And
recently.
you get really fluky.
So I have here 4 songs. I will play the first 5 seconds of the first song.
That's gonna be really loud.
We will then
Pop
take
it behind you, Dan.
So the world will then take it in turns against Braydan as they ask questions backwards and forwards to find out where that song game appeared. What? That wasn't even a sentence. Jesus, I thought I was getting better at this.
I thought you
I got
read
the
it.
song. It appeared in the game somewhere. They're going to ask questions to find out where it came from.
Let's do it.
Easy. Okay, here we go. Song number 1.
And I'm not.
Turn it down.
So, question number 1. Breakdown.
All right. First off, turn it down a tiny bit next time you do it. Secondly, what's your main weapon of choice?
I don't say it's obvious.
A whip.
I know it's obvious, but like, I
Oh,
wanted to
no.
give something that isn't going to narrow it down.
World.
What format did the game come on?
Depends if it was consensual. Breakdown.
Yeah,
Is this
Number
the new
2.
direction for the show?
You
Can
didn't
you
answer
answer
it.
my damn question?
I did answer it.
Can you answer it in the form in the
Of an
way
answer?
that I
Can you
I
answer it?
intended it, please?
It was a timed exclusive for Xbox.
Oh.
Okay, so it was a disc.
Oh.
Question
Okay.
number.
You didn't ask what console.
I was
got.
really happy with my euphemism. All right.
That was
wasn't
good.
strong.
I
but
thought
you
you
also-
might follow it up with the actual answer.
Dan, can you remember the name of what he said before?
Question number 2.
Uh,
Breakdown.
Because it's the one he said earlier in the show, but I can't remember what the name was.
Oh
You shouldn't be saying that, Brad.
no,
I'm
but
on
I'm at
his
the
team.
exact same point.
Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't matter. What was the thing that he said earlier in the show? It was
Don't check the show run.
It was.
I don't think it was in there.
Ah,
No, it
it
wasn't.
was. Hmm.
Ask a question.
What is it based on? Is the name of it?
It's all right.
Is the name of the game based on a film? Like, is it the same as a film name?
No.
I thought
Question
that's pretty
number 2.
good.
That was a good question. Yeah, that's a good one.
Narrows them down.
Your turn, World or Floppy?
I'm just gonna have to guess, haven't I?
No, we
just
don't
keep
know.
asking.
If I do, no, okay. Did the name of the game involve part of one of the name of the films?
No.
Okay, I'm really lost then.
Question number
What,
3.
like the and the?
I
The
take it
entire
back then.
first section.
Yes.
Thanks, mate.
3. Braydan.
Is it my question?
Yeah, you and Brayden. You're Braydan now. You're at a force
Does
of
it
Hmm.
have anything to do with, I don't know,
I remember the gameplay
Poseidon?
before.
With what, sorry?
Poseidon?
Poseidon. No. No
Oh,
Poseidon in this
okay.
one. Good question. You just ruled one out. Question number 3. World.
I can't remember the other one's names.
What style of game was it?
It is a third-person, over-the-shoulder type deal.
I
I
can
can
tell you
remember seeing it now.
Yeah, I can tell you everything from the gameplay we watched before, but I cannot tell you what the title was.
Question number 4, Braydan.
Couldn't you just go into the history of YouTube?
I could.
If you want to cheat
Cheat.
like cheaters.
Yeah.
And give me
Um,
4 points.
Give us a hint.
You want
I
a
don't
hint?
think you said the name of it.
I did.
He
I
did.
purposely said it because I was waiting for the have we talked about it this show.
He did because then I found it on YouTube.
Yeah. You want a hint?
You can't remember what you typed, Braden?
I type a lot.
Okay.
a lot.
That part of the name of the title sounds very similar to a Hack the Dino Discord and viewer that we are familiar with.
The fuck?
Ah.
All right. Floppy, question number 4.
This is not my guess, but is it Indiana Jones Game Boy game? and the Game Boy and the Game Boy game.
Triple Indiana Jones.
That was a good one.
Ooh, that actually
Uh,
kind of works.
Floppy, well, it exactly works. Yep, dead air.
Oh
Good.
my god! Yeah, and
Just talk through it. Talk verbally with your mouth.
yeah,
I
okay.
think the problem is here that none of us know the name.
know
so we
the
can't
name of the
guess
game,
it.
and I'm trying to.
Yeah,
I don't know how to narrow it down.
He
Is
can
it?
pick up objects.
There
he can
was
throw chairs at
words. I
people,
can
he
remember
can-
words.
I was
But if I say the word that I remember, it's gonna tick him.
I was complaining about my Uber Eats and this happened, I reckon, and getting
How
a
many more
refund.
questions do I got? Is it this question and then we have to guess?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So you got-
Okay.
you
Was
got a
this
freebie
your
question.
favorite game?
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Question number 5.
Oh, I knew it was his favorite.
Yeah, so Game Boy Dad has broken the rules and suggested that it's Indiana Jones and the Doo-de-doo.
I think he says.
Doo-de-doo.
it's Michael Townsend.
It's all right, I've got very good eyesight.
Okay. Cool.
I don't know it. I can't do it.
Well, it's your free pass, so...
What, do I just get to say whatever?
No, you get a... You don't lose...
Yes, you can say whatever.
Yeah, say whatever. I don't care.
Or can
Come
I
up
guess
with an
one and I
Indiana
don't
Jones
lose?
title.
Yeah, guess and you won't lose.
It's Indiana Jones and the three,
Amigos.
the triple,
Triple Indy.
and the triple Nazi gold bros.
Yeah. No. Floppy.
Was it
I have no idea.
Indiana Jones and the... How am I going so far?
Yep. You're doing well. Just think of Discord users we
Yeah.
talk to.
Indiana Jones and the Epoch.
Emperor's Tomb!
Yes.
Oh!
I don't think any of that came through on the mics, but
Floppy just guessed it.
He nailed
Emperor's
it.
Tomb.
god
Who
damn.
did you get it? What's Emperor's Tomb?
Napoleon.
Oh, I just said that.
No, you didn't.
I was saying Indiana Jones
He did
and
say
the
Napoleon.
and the Napoleon.
God
I
damn.
wouldn't have got
I'm
that.
proud of you. That
Good
was
work,
good.
matey.
Good work, Floppy, representing the
Oh.
world.
That was well earned.
Okay.
Oh, I think I'm going to shark.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are aware that the sound is a little bit messy. We're trying to rectify it.
Put it behind the couch like you did before the show.
Yeah, we did, and they didn't hear it.
No,
because
it was on the top. Yeah,
Dylan
pop
the
it
villain.
behind.
Well, they said that they couldn't hear it.
Dylan
yeah.
the villain says that they couldn't hear it.
Yes, I agree. So
I'll
put
put
it
it here.
behind, not on your shoulder. Pop it back there because it was too loud.
Okay, here we go.
It's not too late.
Song number 2.
No, no, pop it back there. That was good. Yeah,
There we go.
I wasn't listening.
that was it.
That was it.
I was
Number
making
one.
sure it worked. Okay, it was like chiptune-y. Okay, sure.
And we went do 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 do.
What console was this bad boy?
Sega CD.
Is that Sega CD
Mhm.
the other day? That was great.
Yeah.
Sega CD. All right.
No. You've
Oh
already
no,
had your
yeah.
question.
Sorry, I'm so used to just going after a
Winging
question.
it. Floppy.
What year?
What
That's
gear
a
is
silly
it on?
question. Does that count? Because I stopped myself.
I didn't hear it, so you're fine.
What style of gameplay was it?
Fighting. Question number 2. Braydan.
Fighting.
Mhm.
Sega CD.
Mm-hmm.
What
Shit.
shit?
This is out of my jurisdiction, Dan. It's on
It's out of my jurisdiction. I never had a Sega CD because like they were
Fake
too
Sega fan.
expensive.
Still are.
Yeah, I know. What is the main protagonist?
Whoever you choose, because it's
Yeah,
a fighting game.
but you know how they sometimes like well, in Street Fighter it's clearly Ken.
Yep.
I mean Rai.
Yep.
If
So you
there
really
was
want me to be like that? You really want me to do that?
It's
Yes.
not going to matter, mate.
Do it.
Do it?
Yeah.
It's not going to matter?
Do it.
Indiana.
Indiana Jones.
Oh no, just get a vague version of it then.
Are you sure? What
Indiana
do you want?
Jones.
Don't answer that question.
Braydan, what do you
Harrison
want?
Ford.
What do you want?
Han Solo. Shia LaBeouf.
What are you doing?
He's
Guessing
naming
people.
people.
Okay.
That's
No.
not part of it.
Not how you
No.
play
Yeah,
the
just-
game,
Do
Braydan.
you
for
want
it.
me to give you a
Yeah.
name protagonist?
Go for it.
Liu Kang.
There you go.
Yeah, I knew it was one of them.
Mortal Kombat on the Sega CD.
Correct.
So what is it called?
Yeah.
That's
That's
hilarious.
the only fighting game I know that came out on the Sega CD.
Correct.
God
Well
damn.
Is
done.
it the only one?
I believe so. Yep.
What a great title.
All right. Song number 3.
He's
Dan, you
only
ready with
tied
the
it
cube?
up, folks.
Hey, we're tied.
We're all tied up at 3 apiece.
Yeah,
Braydan
there.
on 3 and the world on 3.
Right there.
Okay, here we go. Song number 3. Welcome back. Wonderful.
I think Floppy knows it.
Okay, here we go.
I have no clue.
Question number 1. I was
Do you
giving
know
you
it,
good
Flop-
hints.
Do you know it, Floppy?
Yeah.
I think so. I can't believe. How can you not?
Okay, question number 1, Braydan.
Is it Pokemon Snap? I just thought of how stupid it sounded. And I-
Oh my god.
Is that what you thought, Floppy?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It
Well,
just,
hang on.
Because I've
it
just seen the
sounded like-
trailers for them
it
both.
just
Like
sounded like the
earlier.
kind of music that game would have. I guess.
Anyone who has played that game knows exactly what I was doing as well.
Was that just how Oak talks in it?
Yeah, yeah.
He
He's got
only
little
says that?
like that comes in, and every single time at that bum 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 bum, he goes, "Welcome back." And when you get a really good score, it's wonderful, and it's really grainy and
Oh,
doesn't sound
God.
good at all because it's on the N64 soundtrack.
Yeah.
Okay, we ready for the last song?
I thought that was the end.
Braydan's on 4, the world's on 3.
I was really happy being tied then.
Okay, here we go. Song number 4.
Hold it back in.
Go on,
that a
ask if it's
game?
based on a well-known TV series.
So what game did that come from? Braydan, question number 1.
How do we want to narrow this down, Dan?
Wait until Floppy to
What
run out of questions because he doesn't
console
know.
was it on?
This one was on...
SNES.
Oh, no. I think this might be... No, I'm pretty sure this is... It's either the... I think it's the arcade. Let's just go safe with the arcade. But it may be PC.
Arcade?
Yep.
I didn't even know there was one.
Question number 1. World?
Oh,
like a
man, I don't know
Probably like
any
a
of the
kiosk where you're just watching Dragon Ball on it.
I don't know any of the freaking Dragon Ball games. What year did it come out?
This one came out in 2017, I believe. Maybe 18.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, when you say arcade, I think you mean like older.
What?
None of
Okay.
the games use that.
Dragon Ball
song.
Z Daytona USA.
Question number 2, Braydan.
That's funny.
Oh, man, I was gonna say the only Dragon Ball Z games I know were ones on PS2. Did they do a port to arcade? But then
Didn't have that
you would have
song.
also said, yeah, it didn't have that song. Huh? Is it like a dating sim or something they did?
You rock the dragon.
Smoke some opium and then go you're on a date.
You want to see some Dragon Balls?
What? I feel like
Dragon boyfriend.
this is a waste of a question, but what genre of game was it?
It's a good question, actually.
It's a musical simulator.
Yeah.
Wait, what console? Was it? Oh,
Question number
Okay.
2, Floppy.
Did I just die? Like, what? What?
Did the arcade game have?
peripherals.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Yes.
Dan, do you know what this is?
Question number 3, Braydan.
It's just one of those games that plays music and you do music to it. It'd be like a Dance Revolution or something. That's not my guess, by the way.
No, you're working it out. I understand.
Okay.
Was
there like one of those like?
Was there like a Guitar Hero in the arcade?
There was Guitar. That was the first time I played Guitar Hero. Was in the arcade.
Yeah, but 2017's too new for Guitar Hero and Rock Band because that was a fad during the 2010.
Oh, this is a good one. Finally.
That's only taken 4 years.
Finally.
Well, I mean, the Indiana Jones one was good because it got all the way to the very, very end.
All right. What All right. Is we asking a question now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, what is it a 2-player at the same time game or is it a single player?
Can be both.
Yeah.
Question
There's
number
nothing in it.
3, sorry, Floppy. World.
What type of rhythm game? Sorry, can I clarify that?
Mhm.
Is it a dance game?
No.
Right.
No, because they had guitars.
Question number 4.
I actually had a good question. I can't remember what it is now.
Was it Freddie Wong's bedroom?
It's in Rock and Roll High School. No. What? Oh, I had a good question. I was going to narrow it down. Oh, was it in Adelaide arcades?
No.
How am I going to know that?
Floppy. World.
I've got another question as well. If we can keep asking questions.
I've got. Oh, I don't know the name of it though. If you know the name of it, this is.
I don't. I'm just like trying to narrow it down to.
Was it percussion based?
Yes. Braydan.
Like that Donkey Kong game?
Question number 5. Yes, like that.
Okay.
Oh,
Damn it.
Braydan.
is it?
I was
What's
gonna
that
say,
Wii
Dan,
one called?
Dan, do you want to ask or
Is it?
Michael Townsend just got it?
Is it a pure it's a Japanese game. Is it a just from Japanese arcades?
This is your 5th question.
Oh no, I don't want that one on there. I know the game. I just don't know what it's called. That's the end for me.
Come on.
Can I look it up on my phone? What the game?
No, that was your question. Floppy.
No, that's not my question.
Yes, you asked a question.
No, I want
did
my
ask the
first
question.
question I faked asked then. I wanted whether it were only released in. No, did I say that?
Yeah, you half-asked it.
Half-assed it.
You can
As
answer
you-
that one. Is it only released in...
Oh, really? Can I?
for him?
But just for him. Doesn't
If you
help
want
you
to.
at all. But yes, it was.
I
The
don't
arcade,
know the name.
the
of the bloody-
arcade game. I personally have only played in Japan.
I have
Okay.
a video of me playing this game on my phone.
So
Should
is
just-
this
Can
my
I look up
last
that
question?
video?
Yeah, so you
And
get a
after
free
this, I'm
pass.
gonna...
No, this is your free pass, so you can do whatever you want now. And then, yeah, it's up to people to
So is it a Japanese name for the game?
know.
It's like a bonky dum dum dum.
Okay, so that's your free guess. Brayden, take a free guess.
Shonen Jump the musical.
No, good guess though.
Floppy.
Floppy.
It's like a tutorial drum training drum. Oh,
In 3.
Dragon Ball Z training drums.
No.
Ah!
Learn to
Taito
Dragon.
Drum Master.
Taito Drum.
Oh.
Why didn't I get a guess?
Can I look this up?
Because you're Brayden.
Oh, I didn't know. I was
You're
playing...
part of a team.
Alright, I want to find that.
That is the yeah.
I'm gonna try and
Was it
Didn't they do a
Taito?
Disney one?
Yeah, they've done everything. It's everything over there.
Drum
Truth be told, I think this might be a PC version because that was the English version of the Dragon Ball Z theme. But
Mm.
I
Yeah, it does
found
seem weird that they'd have that version on there.
It does, yeah. But it appeared in Taito Drum Master, according to my research. So at the end of that
I knew it was a T.
round of Braydan versus the world, that was a draw, so no one won. So we have Braydan on 4 and the world on 3. Now next week, with the final Dan version of Dan versus the world, or Braydan versus the world. Dan, do you want to do something a bit different? It's your choice.
So I was looking out
Like
at a picture
lose.
of me like playing that game. What was that? Sorry.
Next episode, Braydan versus the world, or Dan versus the world. I'm going to give you some options. We can keep doing Braydan versus the world.
I like this because I don't get to do it very often. Work with someone.
Okay, you want to keep doing that?
Yeah.
Or
And
I
then it
was
will
gonna
just
say,
next week though. It'll be. I suppose it'll be one more letter, not capital for me.
let
It'll
me
be N.
let me give you another option.
Oh.
And this option involves 4 years of struggle being fed back to the person who dealt it.
But you want me to do it?
You choose the songs, and it's me versus the world.
Just you?
Just me.
I like you.
So then it's us against Ben.
Is that how you're gonna fashion that from then on? I think you
No,
should.
no. From then on, it'll be Braydan versus the world.
But
That'll be
just
the-
for your special episode.
Just for your special edition. I'm leaving it up to you. If you want to keep doing this, I'm quite fine with that. But I would feel bad.
I just don't know if next week, next 2 weeks, I'm gonna have any time to do that.
That's all right. I'll choose the songs. We'll be
Considering how much I have to organise.
No. You don't get to choose the songs.
We'll discuss this afterwards.
fine. Okay. Head on over to bit.ly/Dino2021 and tell us, after you take the survey, whether you think Ben should be guessing or whether, yeah, there you go, see? Rock the Dragon, Dragon Ball Z theme.
Looks crap.
Or whether we should continue with our Braydan versus the world. Brayden, take us out.
I just want to keep watching this.
Brayden, I said take us out.
Okay.
Do you want to plug stuff?
Get into that. We've been Hack the Dino. This has been a show in which we talk words to you with our mouths, and they enter your ears and occupy space in your brain because we live there rent free. Yeah, because we're angry Twitter people. We got some stuff to plug, so we'll start with Mr. Dan. What do you want to plug, Mr. Dan?
If you want to listen to a podcast that I do with Jennifer Strand, I do a horror podcast called TerrorVision Horror Podcast. You just have to search for it on podcast things and it comes up. TerrorVision, one word, horror podcast. It comes up on everything. It's all you have
Wow.
to do these days.
There you go, people. If you don't know how to use the internet,
I know. It's all you have to do. You
you
should write
should
in
put
there.
a video out.
And in that we watch a movie each week, and then we go through that movie scene by scene, spoiling the fuck out of it for everyone, and going through every scene. We basically take 2 hours to explain an hour and a half film.
What did you watch last time?
We watched our last film we did was Wes Craven's New Nightmare, and this week we're doing Idle Hands.
Oh, Idle Hands is great. that the one where he has the puffer? That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a weed film.
You know, just separately, I kind of want to do a YouTube tutorial video about how to use the internet.
It's pretty hard.
just show me pressing buttons with one finger.
Brayden!
Have you seen there are games that are like the very early internet? They've simulated it, and like you can go onto all the old websites and stuff. It's in its own
Do
thing.
you get the dial-up sound?
There's
Yeah.
one of the games
Ding,
is
ding.
It's a new game recently.
there's two of them. Kind of funny played it. They did one setting where they just played through the whole thing, and it's all set in like an AIM instant messenger thing. And what's it called?
It's
Doesn't matter.
Lost phone.
There's Left on Red. There's a couple of other ones that are very similar, but there's one specifically from like 90s, 2000s internet, and it's
I
great.
think there's one just online where you just it's just
Emily
online.
is away.
What?
Emily is away.
Brayden, you got some pluggables?
Come back, Braden.
Go to greenlightcomics.com. We're gonna do it up.
Okay.
I'm working on it at the soon.
He means
and-
the website.
Yeah, so greenlightcomics.com. Buy comics
What about
now
Millennial?
or soon.
Millennial Movie Talk.
Millennial Movie Talk as well. You can head on over to podcast services and the YouTube. If you know the sketch comedy group More Than Enough, we finally completed the trifecta and got all 3 members on separately. So it's not like 8 people on a podcast.
Ooh,
But
too many.
yeah, I highly recommend going and checking that episode out. I personally wasn't on it, but they
Boring.
had a
Next.
great time.
Floppy!
I throw some photos with some comments on Instagram at Floppy Plays Games of things I purchase or find, and look forward to playing one day when I have time.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one who does that anymore.
What?
Screw up my words and then people laugh.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
You can listen to a thing that I do with my mouth over on YouTube. Not YouTube. What's the other one? Pornhub. No, on...
Okay. Sure. You do you, fam.
although it might
Whatever
be
pays
there.
the bills.
You never know.
Bow, chicka, where he
That's
does
my
it to
OnlyFans.
he does it to Pokemon Snap music.
Welcome back.
Terrific.
Dragon Ball Z.
Great.
Anyway, Retro Trigger, where we talk about things like
Stroke the shaft.
Pikachu.
The balls.
Blue balls, I choose you. Use water gun. It was super effective.
Squirtle.
Squirtle.
I'm just gonna stop you guys now. There's so many Pokemon. You can make so many easy sexual innuendo jokes. I'm gonna cut you off now before Floppy has a heart attack.
I still can't find that video. And look up Hack The Dino. They're great.
Retro Trigger. I talked with Damien Slater, former Cruiserweight Championship wrestler in the WWE, also Australian wrestler, also all-round very pretty, very nice man who I used to manage. We talk about that for a little bit. Had some good feedback.
Look at that, who I used to marry.
Well, that
Who
too.
I used to marry.
Yeah, we talked about many good things, so head on over to Retro Trigger and listen, I've got to record an episode, actually. I'm thinking of doing Disneyland with my good life partner.
As in, like, the theme park.
Yeah.
I've been to 2 of them.
Have you?
Yeah, I've been to Disneyland and Disney Sea.
I had a book about one once.
And you know they're making Disney Air now as well.
Yeah. Hey, do you know Super Mario World's been closed indefinitely?
Never opened, did it?
Well, it's been delayed. The opening, they don't know when they're going to open. Anyway, we've been Hack the Dino. You can follow us over on youtube.com/Hack the Dino or over on Instagram, Hack the Dino. Dan's cracking out his burger, so enjoy these.
Time to stop the show.
I'm so hungry right now.
No.
Oh,
Oh no.
join us next week
That's
for
what Ben
Dan's
sounds like
show.
on Pornhub.
Oh, okay. Bye, guys. Say bye, Dan.